Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is Friday night, and it's once again time for the game of the week. Tonight, the Lakewood Leopards travel down from Sampson County to take on your West Columbus Vikings. Brett, two teams coming in tonight, one with a 1-2 record and one with a 1-1 record. And the records really don't show how good both of these teams are. Lakewood, just a hair away from beating East Columbus a few weeks ago. And West Columbus, with two tough games to begin the year, went 1-1 and really could have won that second game as well.
Yeah, I'm ready to see a really good football game tonight. I think both of these teams, from what I've been reading, are very evenly matched up, and I'm expecting a big shootout here tonight, and hopefully that we can have a penalty-free game and where everybody can enjoy it.
Absolutely. Beautiful night for football. Edge is finally coming off the humidity. Had a nice rainbow show up for the ball game. And I'll tell you, I mean, you're looking at two teams on the way up, Brett.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I've been watching West Columbus play or hearing about them playing and reading this season, and they're doing really well. They're performing. Coach has got them doing exactly what he wants them to do. I think he's got them, under control, or, they know what they're doing. I think last time we were over here, we saw a lot of penalties, especially motion penalties and things like that. From what I understand, those penalties have been cut a lot, and that leads you to be able to get closer to that win.
And here come the West Columbus Vikings. Brett, it's a program in transition. A couple years ago, really struggled to field even a full complement of varsity players. They had a change of coaching staff, and you can tell that these young men are finally on the cusp of bringing this program back.
I see them running to the sidelines here, and that's a lot of blue uniforms there. You usually don't see that many blue uniforms over here at West Columbus, and that shows that the coach is doing a great job. The kids want to get out and play for this coach, and, there's some excitement over here in Sarah Gordon.
Had a chance to talk to some of the young men before the ball game, and they were saying with maybe another year or so, they'll have enough young men to go ahead and field the JV team as well.
Yeah, well, I think that's up and coming for them, and as well as I do, that forming a JV team is, a positive. You need those kids to grow and be able to step into those varsity uniforms. And like I said, that's a good-looking group of kids right there for West Columbus, and I'm excited to see them play tonight.
Conversely, you've got Lakewood coming from Sampson County, about an hour and a half away. Those long bus rides will get you.
Yeah, I'm sure. West Columbus right now wants to pin them deep. Get a 3-and-out and get the ball back and see if they can put it into the end zone as quick as possible.
Okay, James Craven Axelberg looks to put the boot to the ball. The Vikings will be going from right to left on your screen, and Lakewood will be going from left to right here in the first quarter.
Kicking toward Fair Bluff.
Axelberg kicks it towards Fair Bluff, rolls all the way down to about the 25. Taken and collared. Nice pursuit by the special teams from West Columbus.
Yeah, good coverage there. So Lakewood's going to actually start out on about the 27-yard line. Exactly where West Columbus wanted them. We'll see what kind of defense West Columbus comes out in.
Kind of hard to see those red numbers on those white uniforms, guys, so we're going to do the best we can with it.
I can see the white ones pretty good. It's not like South Columbus now. You can't tell anything on those uniforms, but, hopefully here we're going to be able to see. Looks like West Columbus is coming out in a 5-front defense.
Looks like we got a pro set for Lakewood on about their 26, 27-yard line.
There we go. It's going to be motion to start out with, right?
Yeah, and there's laundry on the field. Make sure you order those T-shirts, care of Brett Burrows at South Columbus High School.
What's that, illegal substitution? Yeah, I think that's illegal substitution.
The call will be illegal substitution. Will be a 5-yard penalty. First and 15.
Somebody came in after the huddle broke.
I do have my glasses on now, Brett, so we might be able to see some numbers.
Well, good. I carried you all week last week. My back was hurting all weekend because of that.
I do apologize.
Another pro set out by Lakewood.
Zymir Powell, the quarterback for Lakewood. Handoff up inside. Center of the defense slips away from a couple tackles. He'll pick up the penalty yardage, maybe another yard or so more, and it'll be second down.
He did a good job keeping his feet churning. The hole was blocked up, and then he saw the hole over to the right side, took it. Linebacker had to field, and they gained about 5 yards.
Majay Lowry and Number
Pickup on the play.
Denori Mack, happy feet back for West Columbus this week.
And I don't know anything about the injury list for West Columbus, but hopefully all of them are healthy and playing.
Actually, they got a couple of key elements back this week, Brett.
Okay, good. 2nd
and 10 for Lakewood. Big 3 or 4 yard game before being tackled by the linebacking crew of West Columbus. Number 51, I believe it is Zamir McLeod.
This little off-tackle play there by Lakewood gains about 4 yards.
And we talked about this last week, Brett, especially in these teams that are struggling this year and young, getting ahead of the change is really important.
Yeah, very important. West Columbus, let's see if they make a big 3rd down stop here.
Big test out of the gate for the West Columbus defense.
Watch the pass here, Kevin.
And talking to the Lakewood coaching staff, they said it was important for them to establish their passing game tonight.
Well, this is a passing down, 3rd and about 6. Quarterback keeper.
Quarterback keeper.
Oh, nice tackle.
Nice tackle.
That's number 3. Who is? I'm trying to see. Number 3.
Number 3, Unique Kelly.
Nice tackle. Heads up tackle, put his head down, went straight through. It's going to be 4th and 3.
West Columbus coaching staff excited on the sideline saying that's exactly how we taught you how to do it, son. 4th and about 4. Important to stay disciplined if you're the West Columbus defense right now.
Yeah, everybody's saying don't jump, don't jump.
That's usually when somebody jumps.
Yeah. Who they got back, Kevin?
Looks like, I want to say Dante Moore. No, that's
a
Majay.
Peter call. Get away. There we go.
Ball taken at the 35 for West Columbus. Ball is down. West Columbus will begin on offense with their quarterback, Amajay Lowry. Lowry, we've seen him in a couple of different sports. He is a unique option. He can run, he can pass, and he can actually also catch the ball. So a 3-headed monster in Amajay Lowry.
And speaking of unique, you said, where is Unique Kelly out there? I'm sure he's there somewhere. Where they got him at?
I don't know, but it's probably unique. Trips right for West Columbus.
Oh, thank goodness they jumped.
Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good, Brett, because that snap was going toward the West Columbus goal line.
22, Denori Mack, he took a step a little bit before the snap was given, but thank goodness because the snap was over the head. So actually that was good for West Columbus. Look, little bit of jitters and butterflies there, for the West Columbus center to start out with.
Okay, 1st and 15 for the Vikings.
The center's got big number 72 on him, so he's worried about him. Oh, big hole.
Big hole on the left-hand side taken by number 22, Denori Happy Feet Mack, and Happy Feet dances all the way down to the 43.
I think he's going to be about 2 yards short. Kevin's going to be 2nd and about 2.
Better 2nd and 2 than 1st and 15, I guess.
That was a nice run. They sealed down that left-hand side real well.
Trips to the left for West Columbus. They picked up almost all the penalty yardage plus. Happy Feet with a run down the right-hand side, and he will go all the way for a West Columbus touchdown.
That kid can fly, Kevin.
Denori Mack with the 55-yard touchdown for West Columbus.
Looks like about 5'3", but a big boulder coming through there. Number 22, Mack, takes it to the house.
That was 57 yards.
I don't think he went untouched, didn't he, Kevin?
He did.
Nice job. Nice job of the offensive line by West Columbus to seal that end on.
6-0 our score. 9:01 to go here in the first quarter. West Columbus striking first and striking big.
I mean, you're at home Friday night. That's what you want to do. Come out and put a touchdown on the board, get the crowd excited. Convert this PAT here, and you go up 7-0.
Welcome back to Denori Mack.
Very nice. Who's kicking that ball there, Kevin?
I believe that's Axelberg.
Okay. No,
okay, that's Strickland, Ryan Strickland.
Ryan Strickland.
Strickland's extra point is blocked. And our score remains with 9:01 to go here in the first. 6-0 West Columbus. West Columbus, Brett, if you need a good start in front of the home crowd to get your crowd jacked up, that was it.
It sure was. I mean, West Columbus came out and established the running game really well right there because, 2 plays, a touchdown. You had a over-the-head snap, but you took care of that with a penalty, and 2 plays you took it to the house.
2 plays, 70 yards, Brett. And if you're West Columbus, you couldn't draw it up better than that.
Coach is, I'm sure, excited about that, and his boys are pumped up. Let's see if it carries over to the defensive side.
Okay, once again, Axelberger tee it up on the 40-yard line for West Columbus. If you're Lakewood, that's got to hurt. You get off the bus, you've had an hour and a half bus ride, and they get a dagger stuck to you, right here in the beginning of the first quarter.
Well, if you're Lakewood, you got to understand that you got to score anyway to win the football game. So you just want to put that behind you, go out and establish a good, long offensive drive, and just put that behind you.
Okay, Axelberger looks to put the toe to the ball. Taken by one of the upmen, number 12.
Wow.
What a big hit by West Columbus. Bobby Henry with the carry.
It don't look like he wanted to run that football. I mean, he was tiptoeing back there, waiting for a hole. You can't do that as a return man. You got to catch that ball, and you got to go, baby.
I don't know if he caught the name of that truck that hit him.
Whew. West Columbus come 65, brought the house. Whew.
65, Dwayne DJ Bryant II.
I'd hate to see the first.
If that's the second, I don't want to see the first. Okay, McLeod brings Lakewood back to the line of scrimmage.
53 defense by West Columbus.
McLeod hands off up the middle, picks up about 2 or 3. And I'll tell you something right now. West Columbus daring them to pass, Brett. There is nobody deeper than 5 yards off the football.
West Columbus is bringing the heat up the middle, and, they're saying, throw it on us, but if you run it, we're going to be right there with you.
I mean, I'm looking at West Columbus, and they got the athletes that can run with these receivers. I mean, you got Mack out there. You got Majay Lowry out there. Dante Moore's out there. I mean, there's some great athletes, so they're daring them to pass. 2nd and 6 for the Leopards.
Keep your eye on the slot man right here, Kevin, for Lakewood.
Inside handoff, slips a couple of tackles.
They're just going to run it.
Picks up maybe about 1 yard. Quick moving first quarter, Brett. 8:15 to go here in the first.
Well, that's what happens when you don't pass the ball. I mean, the game goes over quickly, running clock, and we're down to 8 minutes.
I'm telling you, big stop here for West Columbus, and you want to see these crowd get on their feet. Get a stop here, and if you're at West Columbus, go ahead and put it back in the end zone.
This is about the same exact situation we had last time. Same place, same downs and distance.
Pro set for the Leopards. 3rd and 6 on about the 39. Inside handoff. Going to be close to, but probably a little bit short of first down yardage.
It's going to be about 1.5 yards short. 1.5 yards to 2 yards short, Kevin. So you're probably going to have to punt it here and give it back to the boys in blue.
4th and about 2 for the Leopards. Leopards quickly onto the line of scrimmage trying to catch West Columbus napping.
Probably just going to try to draw them off sides here, I'm sure. No, they're going for it.
Inside handoff.
I don't think
he gets the push, and he is on his way. Taken down at about the 15-yard line.
You got to wrap up, Kevin. You got to get your hands around the ball carrier and not let him go. There was just a lot of bumping going on, and he just bounced off like a bowling ball, and that's not what West Columbus wanted in that situation.
Tackling will get you. Let's see if I can get the number of that one.
2 brought him down, which is Amajay.
It looks like it's Tony Freeman with the carry. I mean, Freeman very elusive, does not go down with first contact. Lakewood knocking on the door of West Columbus. Quarterback keeper McLeod sips a couple of tackles, takes it down to about the 5 or 6. McLeod's shown a lot of elusiveness. He's carried the ball a couple times already. And, if you tackle that man up around his shoulders, he's going to pick up another 2 or 3 yards.
Well, that quarterback's probably going to put the ball in his hands, a lot of times tonight and trying to get some short yardage situation. And, if you can gain 5 yards with a quarterback sneak, they're going to go back to it.
2nd and 6 on about the 14. High snap, Corral.
Over his head, that could be West Columbus ball.
West Columbus covers the football, and they will go back the other direction.
58 recovered.
Big number 58.
I got Odom on mine. Who you got?
Wait, I'm looking at the wrong.
Antonio
Odom with the fumble recovery.
Nice job. Big man got out there. He saw the ball on the ground. He thought about picking it up, and he said, nah, coach will beat my tail if I miss this ball. Better fall on it. And that's what you teach, fall on it.
Nothing but blue shirts around that football. And I'll tell you, I mean, look, for all the world, West Columbus was going to have a bad break, and the difference between last year and the years before and this West Columbus team, they're making their own luck, Brett.
Yep. Quarterback slipped down there, and 58 was able to grab that ball.
Pro set for Hamaje Lowry. Backside counter, turns the ball up the field, tripped up after about a gain of about 7.
We see that play a lot over there at the corral. That's just a jet motion sweep. Picked up about 5 yards.
You said where's unique? There's unique. I mean, if not for tripping, that trip, unique could still be running.
Gained about 9 actually there.
Gain of 9, 2nd and 1 for the Vikings on about the 34-yard line. Backside counter to Denori Mack. Mack rumbling, bumbling, and he takes it all the way to Lakewood 48.
West Columbus having their way with the running game.
I'm going to tell you something, Brett. I'm impressed with the blocking by this West Columbus offensive line to start the game.
Yeah, they're holding these blocks, and they're blocking downfield. Knock on wood, we're seeing West Columbus come out and playing penalty-free football to start out with, and, that's going to keep them rolling. So hopefully we won't see any laundry on the field.
Another 5-3 defense for Lakewood. Quick pass over to Hamaje Lowry, just out of his hands.
I don't know if he was trying to look and see where he's going, or he saw footsteps of number 9 coming at him pretty hard.
Dante Moore, the quarterback at that point.
Hamaje, that's not the way to make friends with the officials there by throwing it in the ground. You better just go hand it to him so you might get a call a little bit later.
Looks like Dante Moore now the quarterback for West Columbus.
Okay. This must be the Wildcat. Must be the Wildcat play for West Columbus here.
Handoff up the right-hand side. Quick 8 yards for Cameron Eady.
With a nice kick up on the play. We'll bring up 3rd down and about 3.
3rd and 3 for the Vikings on the Lakewood 41, 42-yard line. West Columbus staying ahead, and we're looking at 4-down territory, really, Brett.
Oh, yeah. And I'm sure that they worked on all week, guys. Let's play penalty-free football, and, here's where you got to convert right here.
Quarterback keeper off the left-hand side for West Columbus. He turns the corner, picks up the first down.
It's a nice lead block by his tailback there.
Dante Moore, the benefit of good blocking, gets around the corner, and he picks up the West Columbus first down. And once again, West Columbus close to pay dirt, Brett.
Let's see. This tailback here, number 23, lays a good block there and gets him about 4 or 5 more yards.
Cameron Eady with a great lead block. That's how you draw it up if you're the West Columbus coaching staff.
Hit somebody. Find a white jersey and hit it. That's what we always teach.
Looks like we got an unbalanced line for West Columbus to the left-hand side. Quick drop off to Unique Kelly. Kelly up the sideline and into the end zone. West Columbus touchdown.
That's how you draw it up, Kevin. That looked really easy. I'm sure that play was worked on a lot in practice, and it pays dividends for him.
Unique Kelly with a 27-yard touchdown, and West Columbus now up 12-0. Brett, that's the 3rd time they've thrown that pass. They've come close on it a couple times. They finally get it, and they get to pay dirt.
Well, I think they were more successful that time because they threw it to the slot back instead of the wide receiver there, so they're able to get it out there a little bit quicker.
Dante Moore at quarterback, and going to try for the 2-point conversion.
They're chasing the points. Let's see if they can find them.
Backside, handoff goes around the right-hand side, and he is in the end zone. Hamaje Lowry for 2. Our score with 4:07 to go here in the first quarter. West Columbus, the Vikings, up 14-0 on the Lakewood Leopards.
West Columbus 14, Lakewood 0.
And we'll be right back with more high school football action on the High School Game of the Week.
Lasting testimonial to these great American traditions. The NFHS also annually sponsors National High School Activities Month in October to spotlight the individual and collaborative efforts that make sports and performing arts so important in education. Every summer, the NFHS hosts its National Student Leadership Summit, which teaches high school students from around the nation life skills that will assist them throughout their lives. The NFHS also established 4 associations to meet the needs of individuals who work in specific.
Okay, we are back once again, Brett. 4:07 to go here in the first quarter. West Columbus could not have drawn it up any better to start this game. Axelberg looking to put the toe to the ball for the third time tonight. And really, if you're West Columbus, this is a chance to, take it by the throat and show that you've grown as a program and really put a stamp on this thing.
Make a stop here, get the ball back, maybe score one more time. For the
nice kick by Axelberg. Taken by the tailback all the way around to the left-hand side, and he's going to bring that thing up almost to midfield. He's tackled at the 45.
On their kick coverage there, their outside man sort of got sucked in a little bit, and that's why Lakewood was able to get around to the outside a little bit more.
Tony Jordan with the carry for Lakewood all the way around the right-hand side, right around the left-hand side, takes it all the way back to the 40-yard line. I mean, he must have run 50 yards to get 30.
Yeah.
Zamir McLeod, once again, the quarterback for Lakewood.
Lakewood yet to pass the ball. Didn't you say they wanted to establish some kind of passing?
They did.
Yeah. Maybe they'll do it here on first down. Yep. Swing pass.
Same quick swing pass that worked for West Columbus.
There's going to be a hold there, Kevin.
Usually when the official behind the play, in this case the referee throws that flag, it's holding coming back the other direction.
I think that's actually on 33 of Lakewood, but we don't like to call kids out here. Watch him right here. Held him right there. You see it, Kevin? Yep. 33.
And once again, if you're Lakewood, you end up shooting yourself in the foot. You have 2 or 3 good plays, and you get behind the line.
That's exactly right. Now you got about a first and about probably 18 coming up. Maybe less, 15 yards, so that's going to be more from the spot of the foul, right?
Yep.
So that's going to be first and 13.
40.
13, right?
30.
Yep.
28.
I'm not a math major, but
22, 23.
Okay. My fault.
23 for Lakewood.
Lucky guess.
I teach civics and economics. Ooh, nice tackle in the back.
Big tackle in the backfield.
65 coming to play tonight. That's number 2. That's DJ number 2, baby.
DJ the second with a big sack deep in the Lakewood backfield.
Number 65, DJ Bryant with the huge ball from the
And now it's second and Fair Bluff if you're Lakewood right now. And, there's not too many plays in the playbook for second and Fair Bluff.
I would say somebody missed a block there, Kevin, because he came through unblocked. Or he just shed the blocker and just went and got something at the house. He might have been smelling them sausage dogs down there and wanted to get something.
Got to beat the crowd. Okay, McLeod on to the right-hand side. Quick pass. Wide open receiver. Just can't get the handle on it. Intended for number 33, Ryan Strick. Hang on. Heath Britt. I mean, if Britt catches that ball, Brett, he's still running.
Yeah. Right here's what we talked about. West Columbus, in the first quarter, want to get the ball back. They make a stop here. They still got, probably about 2.5 minutes left. They can punch that thing in and get one more touchdown.
And believe it or not, Brett, we're still in the first quarter with 2:55 to go. West Columbus, with a good defensive play here, will really put Lakewood in a hole.
Yep. West Columbus coming with some fireworks tonight. It is Constitution Day, so I guess this is the fireworks we're looking for.
Kind of makes you proud to be an American, doesn't it?
Does. Not a lot of people know that, but just going to throw that out
I actually
there.
knew that. I saw that at Southeastern today.
Yep. That's motion on this number 33 here in the slot. He left a little bit early.
I think, Brett, sometimes you want to press, you want to make a big play to get your team back in the ball game, and sometimes it's just easy to make mental mistakes.
Yeah, but, slots and wide receivers, you're always taught, watch the ball. Forget the count, watch the ball. And it went snap, then you go.
And here's the thing, the receiver is usually looking into where the ball is to begin with.
So we got third and what, Kevin?
Let's see.
That's above my pay grade.
Let's see, 10, 20, 30, 32.
32, okay. What play you got in the book for 32 yards, Kevin?
The old hook and ladder.
Statue and Liberty play?
Statue of Liberty. Hook and ladder always
Fumble
works.
Rooski, pray, it happens.
Chuck and duck always work too.
We always call it the hope play. Hope you can score. That's another motion there that they didn't call.
Ooh! Ball on the ground. Looks like West Columbus might have come up with it.
Is that 65 again?
No, I believe that was
65 handed it to the ref, so I don't know. We'll see. Don't want to give him credit where he didn't get it.
I want to say it was 58 Antonio Odom, but it might have been 65.
Okay. No, 65 came up with the ball.
65 came up with
Yep.
I think it was Odom with the hit.
Okay.
And then Bryant with the recovery.
65, Bryant number 2, probably just needs to sell popcorn in the stands. He's doing everything tonight.
He might just deserve to go get that sausage dog here real quick.
That's what he's doing. He's smelling them sausage dogs down there and wanting to get closer to that. Now, wouldn't it be cool if he scored a touchdown and ran through, picked up a sausage dog, and head back to the sideline?
Only if he brought one up to us, Brett. Moore, the quarterback, once again for.
Oh, wrong way.
Wrong way. Takes it himself. He looks like he might be able to get the corner. Does not get it.
It's like a horseshoe collar there, but.
A horseshoe collar.
I mean, whatever you call it.
A horse collar tackle, maybe.
Is that a turnover? Or they called him down?
I believe he called him down.
Okay.
2nd and goal for West Columbus on about the Lakewood 9. West Columbus looking to take a big lead here with 2:20 to go in the first half.
I saw the Lakewood cheerleaders saying fumble, fumble. I don't know.
They got to do what they can.
Maybe that's part of their cheers.
It very well could be. I was talking with, after this play, I'll tell you a quick story here.
All right. Single setback.
Moore with a handoff back to the left-hand side. Big stout play by the Lakewood defense. There's a whole host of Lakewood Leopards there. And
watch for West Columbus to come back with some kind of counter here. They've ran each play to the left side. Watch some kind of counter come back to the right side.
Tackled by, I don't know what you would call that. I don't know what you call a group of leopards.
A pack.
A pack of leopards?
I guess.
Gaggle,
or
that's
a
geese.
pride. Is it a pride?
No, pride of the lions.
Well, hey, what's the difference?
I know that because
CCCA
is a lion.
They're all cats, right?
Pass over to Happy Feet. Happy Feet wiggles his way down right around the goal line. It'll be 4th and goal on about the 6.
They going for it, baby.
Yeah, at this point, up by 14, you don't lose anything if you don't make it here.
I don't see 33 coming out there to try the 3 points, so just get what you can get right here for the Vikings. Big play right here both ways. If Lakewood can come up with a stop, that gives them some mo. West Columbus punches it in. Momentum goes all the way to the blue.
Moore around the left-hand side. Moore goes all the way in for the West Columbus touchdown.
Great job by West Columbus sealing off that left side with that blocking.
Dante Moore with a 6-yard West Columbus touchdown. West Columbus up 20 here with just under a minute to go here in the fourth quarter.
Love West Columbus's helmets. Haven't seen those.
West Columbus put a lot of effort into rebuilding this football program, Brett, and they are back on the way up. West Columbus looks to kick the extra point, I believe. Actually, no, it looks like Moore's back there in the backfield. Moore takes the snap.
Oh, he put two's wide open.
With the catch.
And he threw it to number 2. I called it.
Dante Moore to Amaje Lowry. And West Columbus up 22-0 with 47.4 to go here in the first quarter. Could not have drawn it up if you're a West Columbus, better if you're a West Columbus fan tonight, Brett.
If you're West Columbus, you're excited right now. Things are going your way. They put the traveling Lakewood Leopards into their little den and kept them there, if you know what I mean.
While we got a moment, Brad, I want to take a quick time out to say Monty Herring, who's been a good fan of Columbus County schools and Columbus County students and education here, is under the weather. He's been under the weather for a couple weeks. I heard that he's kind of having a tough time. So we want to send out our best wishes to Monty Herring. Yep. We hope you're feeling better, and we look forward to seeing you back around the Board of Education and back here in Columbus County just as soon as we can get you back.
Yeah, actually have been thinking about him a lot this week, and hoping that he can get through with his predicament and get back to where he can get back with the kids and do some things for them. So prayers to him and his family.
Axelberg to kick once again for West Columbus. Got 2 Axelbergs on the field this year for West Columbus, Brett. And I hear Dagner, who's played a few years ago for West Columbus, will be here in the stands later on tonight.
Awesome.
Ball followed on by Lakewood. Yeah, got a chance to talk to Daddy Axelberg today, and Daddy said that he's got 2 of them on the field, one of them a former player, and he's got 2 grandbabies now. And I do believe Chef Sherman Axelberg, who's home, babysitting tonight, I believe that they've already got those kids in pads, and they got mouthpieces and helmets for them.
Awesome. So, well, like my kids, I have them in Barbies and Barbie houses. So, tried to get them to play soccer this year, but they said no, it wasn't for them. So,
T-ball maybe?
They're not sports fanatics. I don't know why, but anyway, whatever they want to do. Here we go. Another big stop by West Columbus. See if Lakewood can get something going.
1st and 10 for Lakewood on the Leopard 27. Inside handoff, takes it around the left-hand side. Sees a little bit of daylight, but quickly swallowed up by
24. Lakewood let that man go right through and pretty much busted that play there. West Columbus doing a great job of getting off of their blocks and getting to the ball carriers.
2nd and 8 for the Leopards, and Brett, they've got to do something to loosen up this West Columbus defense. I mean, West Columbus has 1 man at about the 45, and everybody else is within 5 yards of the football.
Yeah, West Columbus is excited. They've been thinking about this game all day. They come out here and want to show that they are for real. And I'm going to tell you, I'm looking at 22-0 in the first quarter. Nothing's gone wrong for the Vikings. Penalty free. You up 22-0. Can't ask for anything else.
End of 1 here in Sarah Gorda, Brett. West Columbus on the top 22-0. Had a chance to talk to some folks here around the West Columbus program, and they told me, I believe it, if West Columbus wins tonight, and this is a great stat, this is the first 2-1 start for West Columbus since 2005, 2006.
Cool, awesome. That's 15 years.
16. At least, yep.
Like I said, we came over here last year and we, knew they had a new coach and we knew that they looked good, but they shot themselves in the foot a lot through penalties. And we're seeing tonight no penalties, looking like a really good football game. And that's just exciting for the players, the coaching staff.
And really the community, Brett.
Yeah.
I mean, you and I talked about this a couple of years ago. West Columbus had to have that turnover. They were down a lot of players. They got the new coaching staff last year before, and getting a chance to watch them learn how to win. And now I think they're at the point where they're taking the next step with this program.
I see they got 2 Stallion ex-coaches, or ex-student and coach over there. Brandon Smith, I see him on the sidelines. Nell's Kitchen owner. You ever been eating at Nell's Kitchen?
I've eaten at Nell's. It's a wonderful place to eat.
Try it out.
Tell them Brett Burris sent you.
Maybe he'll give me a discount. I doubt it. But good food. I love it.
2nd and 8 on about the 28 for Lakewood.
That quarter started out really fast. First 4 minutes went boom, then it just slowed down.
Once again, backside handoff picks up about another 2.
I just don't think Lakewood has anything in their arsenal that's going to beat this West Columbus defense.
Talking to the Lakewood coaching staff, they really struggled. They had a few players go down at the end of that East Columbus game, and really they struggled to put points on the board since.
I've seen West Columbus play a lot of years, from when I coached at South and stuff like that. I look out there at that blue, and that's probably one of the most athletic-looking football teams I've seen here in 15 years.
Absolutely. West Columbus on the way back up. If you get a chance and you're in this community, come out and see your Vikings. They are on the way up.
Jet motion, handoff, sweep. Oh, that's a block in the back there that they didn't call. If we see this replay, watch this split in, get blocked in the back. They didn't make a call there, but probably won't see a replay. But just believe me, there was a block in the back there.
I'll take your word for it.
I've never missed a call, right?
Yeah. The eye in the sky.
The referees are calling up to get my opinion.
If Brett's offline for a minute, just because he's talking to the officials.
We could be the replay booth.
Leopard 1st and 10 on their own 43. Moving from right to left at this point.
Single setback. Look at the jet play again. Fakes it to him.
Nice backside play. Fake the ball inside, takes it around, and he will not go down, and he takes it all the way over to the West Columbus 44 for about a 13-yard gain.
We'll see if Lakewood goes back to that. They jet motion to the right side, and then they fake the jet motion, quarterback sneak. Quarterback keep, weren't necessarily a sweep.
Freeman, I mean, he will not go down. He's seldom goes down on first contact all game long.
Does the V on the field look like a mustache to you, Kevin? A little bit, yeah.
Now all it needs is some glasses, and he'll be good to go.
A little curl.
Backside handoff on the counter to number 23, Chris Carr.
You know, they're doing a little bit of misdirection here in this offensive set, and it's bringing West Columbus off the ball a little bit. West Columbus needs to start looking at that off motion.
Chris Carr with the carry picks up 5 on first down, and Lakewood finally got this offense going, and they're loosening up West Columbus just a little bit. Single coverage, actually we got twins left on 2nd and 5, and they might look for that swing pass very shortly. Handoff over to the left-hand side, picks up good yardage. Still going. Number 12, Bobby Henry. Henry looked to go down about to 22-23, picks up another 5.
We'll see what West Columbus has got here. They got a couple of guys out there holding their hands up like I need a break, and looks like coach is going to call a timeout there to give his guys pretty much a little bit rest here because they look really winded out there.
And
really.
West Columbus wearing masks tonight underneath those helmets, and I'll tell you, it's very easy to get winded. I don't believe they have the COVID protocols where they have the mask breaks built in, Brett.
Well, you know what? You about got to do it because, if you're a contending team, then you know that if somebody goes down to COVID or, the COVID protocols, then you're not going to be able to play. So you got to do what you can do to keep your kids from being quarantined. You wear the mask, you don't have to quarantine.
Really excited to see, Brett, nobody having to cancel this weekend because of COVID.
I agree. And actually, from what I see, the numbers in the high schools are starting to dwindle down a little bit, so hopefully that's a big positive.
Okay, Lakewood with 1st and 10 on about the 16, 17-yard line. More importantly for Lakewood, Brett, you're keeping their defense, who's been on the field most of this game, catching a breather on the sidelines.
Yeah, let's see if West Columbus can come here and make a big stop.
High snap taken
Fumble.
up the middle. Lakewood fumble recovered by number 4, Zymir Powell.
Or if you're a Lakewood Leopard, that's probably the last thing you wanted to happen on first down and 10 on the 15-yard line. So
2nd and 11 for the Leopards. I mean, the Leopards, they seem, they have a couple good plays in a row, and just one mental mistake puts them behind the chains, Brett, and it really forces them to struggle.
You might see this jet motion hand to the jet motion guy here. No, it ain't going to do it. They're split out a little bit too far.
Backside handoff to number 12. He'll go inside, picks up good yardage. That's number 12, Bobby Henry. Henry makes it a manageable 3rd down. Definitely looking at 2-down territory here, especially down 22.
Big 51 coming in for West Columbus.
And that's number 51, Zymir McLeod. 2 shots to get it here for Lakewood on about the.
This must be their heavy package.
Axelberg on that last stop for West Columbus. 3rd and 5 for the Leopards. Big plays here. You've got to get some kind of points if you're Lakewood. Quarterback keeper on the draw. Fumbles the ball. Recovered by West Columbus at the 5.
Wow. Wow. Hey, you can't stop them right there. Get the fumble. Nice job for the Vikings.
34. Jamarian Graham, lucky fortuitous bounce, came right to him, and Graham makes a big stop for West Columbus, who now have it 1st and 10 on their own, looks like about their own 4-yard line.
Yeah, Lakewood's quarterback right there looked like he was getting ready to take it into the end zone, got knocked away from behind, ends it right quick.
And that's why you play to the whistle, my friends.
You ever heard of air coming out of the balloon quick? Happened right there.
Inside handoff for the Vikings. He stopped it right at about the line of scrimmage.
Now, here's where you got to be careful if you're West Columbus. No penalties here, no turnovers. You've got to get it out of this hole you're in.
2nd and 10 for the Vikings once again on their own 4.
Here's the replay coming.
I mean,
did a good job of holding on to the ball. Just nothing there in that hole.
That Lakewood nose guard is a hoss. I mean, you look at the size of that young man. And that center's been struggling with him all night long.
You could tell he ate his Wheaties. Quarterback keep out of the backfield. Looks like he's going to gain about 7 or 8 yards, maybe close to that first down, Kevin.
Comes close to first down yardage.
It's going to be about 2 yards short, it looks like. But that's manageable right there.
Yeah. That's definitely doable. And if you're West Columbus, you want to keep those chains going, keep that defense on the field. You've worn them down. You're up 22, and you can stick a dagger. A pretty good hard shot if you can score here before the end of the first half.
I'm going to go on a limb and say this is not 4-down territory, Kevin.
More than likely not. Remember, you heard it here first. Trips right for West Columbus.
I'm going to say quarterback keep right here. Straight up the middle.
Backside and tight end dump might also work.
Straight give to the jet motion man. He's got it.
Doesn't get much, but he didn't need much, and he will pick up the first down for the Vikings. Edie with the carry picks up maybe 3, only needed 2, and West Columbus moves the chains.
Yeah. Looking at West Columbus, I can tell that those masks are impeding them a little bit because it looks like they're really, out of breath quicker, and that happens with those masks. And, but you got to do what you got to do. You got to live to play another day. And
I'll tell you, Brett, I mean, that stresses the importance of, conditioning at this time of the year too. Jet sweep to the right, turns the shoulders up, picks up big yardage, maybe about 8 or 9.
He's calling first down.
He's calling for the first down. He got 11 on that carry, and it will be first down and 10 for West Columbus on about the 30. Viking faithful with a lot to cheer for tonight, Brett.
I can see why, Kevin. I'm very impressed with this Viking crew over here. Like I said, a lot of athletes on that field. I'm sure a lot of them go both ways. So let's see if they can actually hold it together through the second half.
Swing pass to the outside for West Columbus. Bottled up quickly at the line of scrimmage. Pass going to Tristan Freeman. Tristan Freeman. Oh, those actually tackle on that yardage.
Number 3 thought it was coming to him, and he's like, went over his head.
Oh, yeah. And I'll tell you something. West really built this program the right way, Brett. I mean, they started off with the youth football program, the Parks and Rec program, really had great numbers, and the middle school program did well. And it shows now 3 or 4 years down the road. Moore takes it around the corner.
Oh, fumble. I think Lakewood's got it. He just took it straight from him, Kevin, as he was running. Who got it back?
I don't think the officials expected that.
I think that's going to be Lakewood's ball. On the replay, you can tell he fumbled it.
Officials a little lax trying to come in to get it. Yep. He does strip it, and Lakewood with the fumble. Once again, with a chance to get back in this ball game, Brett. 1st and 10 on the West Columbus. Looks like 28.
And that's probably from fatigue there, Kevin. I mean, you've been running over and over and over again. Once you get fatigued, you have you sort of get a little bit loose with the ball and can't be as strong with it, and I think that's just a fatigue fumble there. But here, hey, West Columbus right here needs to make a big stop.
High snap, corralled, gives it to Henry. Henry takes it off the right-hand side, picks up good 7, 8 yards. It'll be second down for Lakewood.
Lakewood, as of yet, has not been able to establish any kind of passing game, so that's why they're bottled up.
Yeah, and I'm going to tell you something, Brett. Lakewood's had their opportunities. This is the 2nd or 3rd time in the red zone. This could be a 22-22 ball game.
Yep. I mean, I just think some fatigue is setting in a little bit. West Columbus is ready for that halftime to come around.
Backside handoff to number 12.
But you still got 2 timeouts if you want to use them to give your kids a breather.
Henry with the carry. Minimal gain, Third down in about 1. 2 down territory, obviously, if you want to get back in this game if you're Lakewood. 4:16 to go here in the first half.
I'm saying quarterback's keeping it here, Kevin. Look for number 4 to carry the mail right here.
This is the danger in short yardage with a shotgun snap, Brett. I mean, there's been a couple of high snaps, and it wouldn't take much for West Columbus to get in there and get another turnover. Hand off to Henry once again. He picks up the first down yardage and more.
Number 12, he will have enough for the first down.
Some people were hollering fumble, but I believe the official came in and blew that ball dead.
He did. So if you're
51 limping off for the Vikings.
First and 10.
McLeod.
12-yard line.
If you're Lakewood here, you really got to be careful. You've had your opportunities, and it would be just.
Might want to call a time. Yep, he does.
The officials call timeout.
Yep. West Columbus saw that his team needed a timeout, so he used it.
Actually, that's still
what
the
the kid should have done was fall down there, so he didn't have to use the timeout. But
yeah, they call the official timeout for
injury.
injury.
They did. Okay, good.
It's going to be 1st and 10 Lakewood on about the.
We used
12,
to have a
11,
play.
12-yard line.
Hey, we used to have a play in basketball where you fell down and act like you were hurt just to get a timeout. But they can't get me on that anymore. But we did. We worked on that. I don't know if you don't consider that ethical or what. But anyway,
I teach English. You're the one who teaches psychology and ethics.
Or the dog barking play. You remember,
yeah.
You remember dog barking play? I actually tried to put that in one time, where the girl gets down on all fours and starts barking, and everybody stops, and you just throw it underneath.
Yeah. Ladies, send your comments to Brett Burrows, care of Columbus County Schools.
A lot of my old girls can remember that play. I don't think we actually ever ran it, but.
Hand off
12
once again.
Fumble again.
Astutely falls on at this point. Better to lose yardage than lose the football at this point, Brett.
I just see a lot of fatigue both ways here, Kevin. I mean, it is still humid out there. Still hot. I mean, like I said, it's been sort of brutal. Here we are going to get some fall weather next week.
That's what I've heard. It's going to be about 20 degrees cooler next week.
I can't wait. I'm so excited.
2nd and 13 for the Leopards. And Lakewood, 2 steps forward, 1 step back, Brett. They've got to break through here, otherwise it's going to be a long second half.
Yeah, like I said, this is going to be a big, stop for West Columbus if they can do it. 2nd and about 13 here.
And if I'm Lakewood right now, I maybe throw that swing pass out there again. I mean, you've got to do something to loosen up those defensive backs and linebackers from West Columbus.
That's just a heartbreaker there for Lakewood.
I mean,
another loss on the play will bring up
Lakewood gets all the way down inside West Columbus territory. Looks like they're going to go in for the 3rd time, and now they're going nothing but backward.
Yeah,
this will bring up about 3rd and
last 2 or 3 plays by Lakewood hadn't been really good.
It's going to be a tough film session on Monday.
Well, I just think the fatigue is setting in, and it's tough center. You think about it, number 77 banging on you every time you hike the ball, and 65 on the other side. It's got to be tough.
Mekhi McClellan, the junior, 77, and he brings a load every time he comes. And here comes Big McClellan right now.
Throw it up. That's the hope play.
And
he's going to be out of bounds.
Incomplete, out of bounds. But I'll tell you, he was all over it.
He's where he needed to be.
Now, I'm going to tell you what made that play, Brett. If you get a chance to watch the replay, watch Mekhi McClellan come up the middle. That's a big fella with his arms up, and you got to throw that a ways to get it over top of him.
I look for the same play again, Kevin. I think this is going to be what we used to call that hope play. Throw it up, hope we score.
Chuck and duck, the Hail Mary, Big Ben, whatever it is you want to call it.
West Columbus trying to get their personnel on and off here. They don't have too many.
Now I wonder if they got too few. Drives back to pass. Take it off for his life. Gets around the corner. Gets good yardage, Brett, but it's 4th down. The ball will go over to the Vikings.
Number 10, Xander Axelberg, and number 4, James Smith.
Axelberg and Smith combining the tackle. quarterback does get good yardage, but the ball will go over to the Vikings.
You're playing off there. That's fine. And you can, when he crosses the line of scrimmage, that's when you can come up and pursue.
Well played prevent defense by the Vikings. 1:58 to go, still up by 22, and a chance to put more points on the board.
Speaking of that, who does the Cowboys play this week?
The Chargers. Almost said the San Diego Chargers.
Okay.
Did you get a chance to watch last night's game?
I did. It was awesome.
Yeah, that was a strange ending.
It was. I mean, I call them Redskins. I'm sorry. The
Washington football team.
But, the Giants-Redskins game is always a great game to watch.
Quarterback Moore takes it on his own, picks up a couple of yards. Heads up play, didn't see it happening downfield, pulls it down, picks up the yardage, keeps the ball, and keeps the clock moving.
I think both teams are ready for this half to come.
Yeah, half's coming soon, and everybody's glad of it.
And I don't know if it's because they want to get a sausage dog or they just want to get some oxygen.
While we got the chance, Brett, in the third quarter, the JV cheerleaders from West Columbus will be cheering. These young ladies don't have the JV program over here to cheer for, so they're going to be cheering. Oh,
he got it.
Moore pass to Lowry, goes all the way for a West Columbus touchdown.
Just like they drew it up, Kevin. One-on-one coverage on the right side.
That's what I'm trying to figure out. I want to say 73. 73-yard touchdown by Amaje Lowry from Dante Moore.
And he's got enough energy to go out there and do the little dance. I like that. Is that we call that the water sprinkling? That's what we used to do.
Much like you and I, Brett, he's out there getting jiggy with it. And
hey, if you score touchdowns like that, you can get jiggy with whatever you want to get jiggy with. Nice job.
The defender from Lakewood almost had a hand on it, Brett, and it just out of his grasp. And Dante and Moore gets it to Amaje Lowry, and
I think it's the shoes, Kevin.
Could be the shoes.
I think it's the yellow shoes.
Do love Amaje Lowry. He is part of our our best hair in Columbus County feature.
Number 3, a little short there. Number 23 came up and made a big tackle.
Unique Kelly's two-point conversion is no good. He's brought down by Chris Carr. And right now, West Columbus all over Lakewood would score 28-0, 1:14 to go here in the second.
You know what I'm doing right here? I'm onside kicking it, baby, and getting it back and get one more for halftime.
You a devilish son of a gun there, Brett.
Let's do it. Call it down from the booth. Onsides.
Okay, Brett, you've got 1:14 to go. If you're West Columbus, you're happy going into halftime, but there are some things you can work on.
Yeah, I mean, you've actually played a really good football game, and I don't remember any penalties. I think that's something we saw a lot of, last year when we came. I'm just trying to sit back and think of some things that you need to do, maybe some, bad snaps or whatever. But besides that, a great football game being played by the West Columbus Vikings.
And I'll tell you, if you're Lakewood, you've been in the red zone at least 3 times that we know of, Brett, not coming away with any points, and that's got to be disheartening, especially for a 17, 18-year-old kid.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to get excited to get back into this game down 28-0, at least at halftime. It could be more. Let's see if we get the onside kick here. Lineman up here winded a little bit.
I'm starting to see some of
your speed men on this side. No. I was getting excited for nothing. Sorry.
Ball taken by the up-back. Looks like Henry around the corner picks up good yardage to about the 36-37 where Lakewood will take over.
If I'm Lakewood, I'm taking a knee and I'm going to get me a sausage dog and then go talk.
Sounds about the plan. If you're Lakewood, if you're the Lakewood coaching staff, I think you go into halftime, Brett, and you say, coulda, shoulda, woulda. It's not like West Columbus is out-athleting them. They're not, just soundly, beating them on every play. Lakewood has had their opportunities. They just haven't been able to come through.
Think about it. Most all the plays in this quarter has been on this side, on this end. Lakewood's had the opportunities, but just hadn't been able to punch it in.
Backside handoff comes around on the counter. He turns it up just a little bit. Submarine taken out about the 49, 50-yard line.
Stopping the clock here.
Lowry takes down number 12, Bobby Henry. And we are just under a minute to go here in the first half.
See Preston Worley on the sideline over there talking to the defense. Preston does a good job with the defense over here at West Columbus.
High snap, quarterback draw up the right-hand side. Good heads-up defensive play by number 11, Tristan Freeman.
11 was being stalk blocked, but just shucked that blocker and came off and made a good tackle.
That's how you teach it. Freeman, keeps to the outside, keeps that left hand free, and is able to swallow up the ball carrier.
Can we get a telestrator over here so we can show how we did this over here? Me and Kevin, Mr. Tubman's going to show it, but I guess they don't want us to. Remember we didn't have the telestrator last year? What happened to that?
We had the telestrator. Kelly won't let us play with the good toys anymore. He says we don't play well with others.
Okay. Well, anyway, if you could see a video of us up here, not that you would want to, we were showing you how you would stalk block and then shuck that blocker, but anyway.
That's actually, Brett, part of our contract. I've been told we have faces that are made for radio.
Speak for yourself, sir.
So, there's a reason they don't show close-ups of us.
And I actually shaved today for the radio. Oh, Lord. 32 seconds left to go in the half.
Do got to give Crowley credit for one thing. He's been on the phone working with some folks on the messaging system in Columbus County, making sure that gets taken care of. And, he's been working hard for
it. I mean, that might be a way to wake up everybody in the mornings. Hey, it's Friday morning. Let's get up. Let's get to school. Let's learn something. Hey.
And bus 32 is going to be late.
At least we all knew that, right?
That's true. Now, I will say, thanks to Kelly, we had Twinkies and drinks up here. I mean, you're talking about two guys who love their food, so Kelly's got us well taken care of.
Jet motion man with the sweep gets about 3 yards.
And that looks to be probably the last play of the first half. Nope.
He's going to call a timeout. Can't take him to the locker room with you, Kevin.
Get your money's worth.
Okay, watch the Hail Mary here. How far you think can he throw it, Kevin?
Well, I've been told this young man's got an arm, so he could probably get it pretty well down there. And let's face it, you don't have to get it all the way down there, just long enough. We found that out in the last drive.
Officials getting together and conferring about something. Maybe who's buying the sausage dogs at halftime, possibly?
We will be sending Brett on a run for sausage dogs here directly. So make sure you text Brett and get your order in so he will buy you a sausage dog.
We are giving a shout-out to the FFA. That is worth probably at least $10, $20 there, Kevin. So I'm thinking
get us that FFA discount.
Send up some sausage dogs. These two guys over here want sausage dogs, so 4 sausage dogs here.
Once again, the concession stands in Columbus County do a great job taking care of everybody. While we got the opportunity, I hear that, you got a good chance to get some Mackenzie Gore cards lately, and some Jagger Haynes cards are coming available.
Jagger Haynes is going to be in the Bowman release coming up next week. Some Bowman autos. So shout out to Jagger Haynes for
Shout out to the quarterback. Quarterback keeper takes it all the way down.
I'm a big baseball card collector, so I like to collect the guys in the county. So let's see if we can get some Jagger Haynes autos.
Here's the problem, Brett. You have 2 officials standing at about the 45. And they've just brought the chain. They brought the chains back.
Oh my goodness! What happened?
Holding Lakewood.
Oh Lord, that just takes the air out of the sails again. But that might be why he sprung for so many yards, though, Kevin.
That's true. But if you're Lakewood, don't you just kind of want to get back on the bus at this point?
Man. It's like, oh no! You can see it in their head. It's wobbling like, oh my goodness, all that. But
sometimes it's Groundhog Day.
Run that play again.
I'd like to give a shout-out while we got a chance, Brett, to the great kids at CCCA finally getting a chance to do a ball game this week. They weren't able to join us last week. But the great folks, Connie Falk and the crew from the broadcasting classes at CCCA have been able to join us. We got 9 kids working with us tonight,
awesome,
doing a fantastic job.
Awesome. Got some really good shots out here, some good replays. They're doing a great job. They're allowing me to see this football game. It's going to be a straight give to the
straight give, setback. And I think that's going to be the end of the first half.
Yeah.
A host of tackles on the play.
I don't know. Call a timeout, West Columbus.
We'll get about halfway back to the original line of scrimmage.
Call a timeout and make them kick it.
And they will get back to the original line of scrimmage, 4th and 10.
Why is the clock not running?
I don't know. Call timeout, West Columbus.
That was a running play, so the clock should have ran. There's only.
And that will be the first half. Vikings 28.
Our score at the end of the first half, Vikings 28, Leopards 0. Brett and I will be back for second half action. I'll also have Kelly Jones to talk to us at halftime about a really important new feature coming to Columbus County. We have a Columbus County app coming out that's going to be better, bigger, and badder than anything you've seen before, and he'll be here to talk with us in just a couple of minutes. So we'll be back with second half action coming up.
For education-based athletic and performing arts activities, the NFHS helps students to develop good citizenship skills and healthy lifestyles, and to take part and get set for life. Founded in 1920, the NFHS is headquartered in Indianapolis, Indiana, and is governed by a national council composed of one representative from each member association, as well as the board of directors, with members from 8 geographical sections of the United States, plus 4 at-large members. The NFHS sets the direction for interscholastic activities by building awareness, establishing consistent standards and rules for competition, and educating those who oversee high school sports and performing arts. To promote fair play and minimize the risk of injuries, the NFHS writes the playing rules for 17 high school sports. The administrators, coaches, and officials who constitute NFHS rules committees collaborate to develop rules specifically suited for high school competition. They do this through annual rules questionnaires, rules committee meetings, rules review committee meetings, and in-person and online national rules interpreters meetings. This rigorous process is a key reason why high school sports have an excellent record of protecting young people from injury. The NFHS also provides funding for sports injury research through the Authenticating Mark program. Products displaying this mark meet NFHS specifications for high school use, making athletics fairer, more consistent, and less hazardous. In response to concerns about health and risk minimization issues in interscholastic athletics, the NFHS created the Sports Medicine Advisory Committee. This group meets twice a year to assess risks in all sports and to update the Sports Medicine Handbook. In addition, the NFHS has an ongoing injury surveillance program and collects data from across the country. Of particular note are the proactive efforts of the NFHS in concussion education and management.
The athletic trainer said you've done a good job following your return to play protocols since your concussion a couple of weeks ago. Is there a problem?
Including the acclaimed, popular, and free online course, Concussion in Sports, What You Need to Know. The NFHS offers many other useful publications, some in print and some online. Its flagship publication, High School Today, is distributed to the superintendent, principal, athletic director, and school board president in every high school in the nation, keeping educators informed about issues related to interscholastic activities. For high school coaches, NFHS Coaching Today is available on both the NFHS website and the NFHS Coach Education website. Other prominent news publications include the Court and Field Diagram Guide and the Forensic Quarterly, along with the online National High School Sports Record Book.
Okay, we are back here at halftime. It is Kelly Jones and myself. Kelly, the reason I brought you on this evening is I had a chance to stream. Yes, you can definitely stream the Columbus County Schools Board of Education meetings, and had a chance to hear you talk about the Columbus County app, the Columbus County Schools app. It's a brand new, bigger, better, badder than anything we've had before. It's on steroids, the thing this thing can do.
Yeah, so we started about 6 months ago planning for this process. And by the way, love the dance team from West Columbus as always. Miss Jessica Williamson does a great job. So what we wanted to do is have a way for parents, stakeholders to receive information, even though maybe Power School is not 100% accurate, or maybe they haven't approved to get the text messages. Maybe their email address is not in Power School yet. So the answer was the Columbus County CCS Connect app. And what it allows anyone to do who downloads it, you can go to the iOS store, you can go to the Play Store for Android.
So this is Android and
either one.
iPhone.
And you can just go to the Columbus County website and click on the app link, and it'll take you there. Or you can just go to the store, one of these stores, and search for Columbus County Schools. But when you set it up, you decide which schools you want to follow. So if you want to follow all of them, you decide that, or if you want to just follow select schools. And so when these schools send out messages, then you get notified through the app. It really has nothing to do with anything based in Power School, so it's a foolproof way to get information from each individual schools and the district.
I know you're a big fan of getting involved, and the way to help kids succeed at all levels of education is for parents, teachers, schools to all work together.
Absolutely. So one of the things that I think is important for all of us to come together and help all students is communication. And I think the app helps that. And not only can you get notifications through the app, you can get all sorts of information, report card dates. You can get contact information for every single employee in the school district. You can ask a question, which comes to me in email. And if I don't know the answer, I'll certainly get the answer.
I think I saw something on there where you can even watch some of our ball game streams.
You can. The game that we're watching right now, if you go to live TV, you can watch it through the app. So really proud of that aspect. And, of course, you and Brett do a great job. So, and when we're not live, there are recorded performances or games on that channel.
Now, I know being the arts director, something very near and dear to your heart is not only the dance team that's performing right now, but you've got Stallion Classic coming up.
Yep.
And it seems like the arts are really gearing back up. Didn't have a chance to do a lot of things with the arts programs last year because of COVID. Talk to us a little bit about what's coming up with arts in Columbus County.
So we do have the fair coming up, and we have some groups that perform at the fair on Saturday at 3:30. We'll have some choral groups and some dance groups. And then after that, we will have the Stallion Classic and the Yam Festival Art Show. The Yam Festival right now is still on for the third weekend in October. I don't remember the exact date. It's around the 23rd. And then, of course, November and December are our winter Christmas performance seasons, so there'll be a lot of things coming up, especially in December. So it's good. It's good to be back in where we've got crowds in the seats and we've got kids performing. So I just want to make sure that we do everything we can to give these kids a good experience, because for some of them, especially if they're juniors or seniors, they may have never have performed anywhere. So
one thing I do like about Columbus County, Brett, is it really, really pushes the success of arts programs. I mean, they've taken a bit of a hit from College and Career Promise and with participation, but the arts programs have always been a staple and a priority in Columbus County.
And I think, and I can honestly say this, anytime a student takes an arts education class, it's a good decision. Mm-hmm. So they grow as people, they grow as students, they grow as human beings in general. And I think one problem that I see with the outside world, not Columbus County necessarily, but we put a whole lot of emphasis on making money and not enough emphasis on having a life worth living.
I think it was Robin Williams who said it in Dead Poet Society, that business, law, and things are necessary to sustain life, but beauty, poetry, romance are things that we stay alive for.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
I know, poetry and, it's something very near and dear to your heart. I know you're a published poet and writer yourself. Talk to us a little bit about Poetry Out Loud and the chance that we had with the North Carolina Poet Laureate over the last year.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I was on the phone today with the North Carolina Poet Laureate, Jackie Shelton Green, because we're working on a project for Columbus County that I can't yet disclose. But Jackie is, she always looks out for Columbus County and the rural areas of the state. So Poetry Out Loud typically happens in February, March of the year. And it involves students participating in a poetry recitation contest. So how it works in Columbus County is the 3 high schools, and CCCA has participated in the past before too, but the high schools come together and compete, and then the winner, which is the person that recited the poems the most accurately with the most expression, and then there's a few other criteria there. But they go on to the state level, and then if they do well at the state level, they go on to the national level. So I think, when I look back in my high school career in English language arts, poetry was such an important part of it. And I see that not as much today. And I know the kids are missing out, because poetry is one of those things that can completely change and enrich your life. So we're doing some things here. I am a member of the North Carolina Poetry Society, and I'm a member of the organization that does the A.R. Ammons Poetry Contest, but we're always looking for ways to expand the impact of poetry. in
Having
our
said
community.
that, can I ask you a quick question?
Sure.
Arts Alive this year. Celebrate the Arts.
Celebrate the Arts, yep.
Still on for this year?
Still on for this year. It's the third weekend in March, whatever that Friday and Saturday is, at West Columbus High School. So we've scheduled it for 3 years in a row, and maybe the third year will be the charm.
Okay. One last thing before I let you run. You have two outstanding young children that have really, done well for themselves. So let's give a shout out to both Keaton and Olivia and tell us how they're doing.
They're doing great. I talked to Keaton and Olivia both a little bit the last 2 days. Keaton is a freshman at the University of Arizona, and Olivia is a junior at Columbus. It's a mouthful. Columbus College of Art and Design, and she's currently heading up a project for the Ohio Bureau of Natural Resources, where they're creating an online game to raise awareness of certain things related to nature. So.
I understand. Well, Kelly, we would appreciate you coming down. Thank you for everything you do, not only for us here on our broadcast every Friday night, but all you do for the students of Columbus County.
Man, Kevin, what you and Brett do every night, I just can't thank you enough. It's added so much and raised the profile of athletics in Columbus County. And at the end of the day, that's what it's about. It's about bringing spotlight onto these student athletes, and I'm really proud of what we do.
Now, having said that, realize he pays us in Twinkies, waters, sodas, and sausage dogs.
Yeah, did you guys get some water? Have y'all
Not yet.
Okay, I don't want y'all to, because it's kind of humid tonight. You might pass out.
All right, we will be back with second half action here on the Friday night game of the week here on Columbus County Sports Network.
Truly lasting testimonial to these great American traditions. The NFHS also annually sponsors National High School Activities Month in October to spotlight the individual and collaborative efforts that make sports and performing arts so important in education. Every summer, the NFHS hosts its National Student Leadership Summit, which teaches high school students from around the nation life skills that will assist them throughout their lives. The NFHS also established 4 associations to meet the needs of individuals who work in specific professional areas. These include associations for athletic coaches, for officials, for music directors, and for speech, debate, and theater coaches. Members of the Coaches and Officials Associations benefit from the education programs offered by the NFHS. The NFHS has developed the nation's leading high school coach education program, including its signature course, Fundamentals of Coaching.
Fundamentals of Coaching is interactive and a foundational learning experience for every teacher coach at the interscholastic level.
Hi, Coach. Good to have you here.
Other educational offerings include the NFHS First Aid for Coaches, created in conjunction with the American Red Cross, along with numerous sports-specific elective and free courses. The NFHS provides officials the tools and skills to conduct fair contests and enhance their careers through an innovative set of online courses, as well as online access to rules and casebooks in a searchable format. In addition to athletics, the nation's high schools also offer equally important performing arts activities, such as music, speech, and debate. The NFHS oversees those programs at the national level. Spirit and competitive cheer are yet another very important component of high school activities programs. The NFHS network celebrates the accomplishments of student athletes in 27 different sports and activities at the national level. Those events can be viewed live on any device, bringing the fan experience anywhere at any time. But the
Second half action here on the Friday night game of the week. Lakewood kicking to West Columbus. West Columbus already with a big 28-0 lead with only 24 minutes left to go in the ballgame. I'll tell you, get a chance to look at this West Columbus team. You can see it in the energy on the kids on the sidelines, the kids on the field. I mean, big game for West Columbus in front of the home fans, seeing how quickly this program is turning things around. Ball goes to the up back, falls right on and on about the 30-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 Vikings. West Columbus doing a lot of good things in the first half. needs to clean up just a little bit, as far as penalties and maybe some turnovers. And they, are in pretty good shape to come away with a big win here on a late September night. 1st and 10 Vikings on the 30-yard line, going from left to right.
Over on their own 30-yard line will be 1st and 10.
Good news, folks, the Sausage Dogs have arrived.
Courtesy
of the West Columbus FFA.
No, Brett Burris. They knew FFA.
Oh, wait a minute, I thought I'd give you the money. Shotgun snap, and to the up back. He'll take it all around the right-hand side. Shifts and turns and goes, and he will go all the way for a 70-yard West Columbus touchdown. Cameron Eady, 70 yards for the Vikings, and just like that, Brett, it's 34-0.
I walk away to get a sausage dog, and the fireworks begin. See if I can eat and talk at the same time.
70-yard run by Cameron Eady, almost untouched around the right-hand side. And once he got to that second level, it was nothing was left but the shouting.
Nothing different than the first half, Kevin.
That's actually how this ball game started.
Mm-hmm.
Cameron Eady, welcome back to Nori Mack with the same way. Yeah. I'm sorry, that wasn't Eady. I was told that was Happy Feet Mack. Mack with 2 big touchdowns today. He's running a long way for a guy who just got off the injured list. 2-point conversion goes awry, and it'll stay 34-0.
Well, that's about the only thing that's went wrong tonight for the Vikings.
We'll bring the score up. Vikings 34, Leopards 0.
So that was Happy Feet Mack on the touchdown, 70 yards.
Did you get it, Fred? It is.
I mean, and I'll tell you, that's a young man coming off the injured list with 2 big, long runs today.
Yep. Lakewood got an injured player on the ground over there.
I mean, when it rains, it pours. You'd have to take an hour-and-a-half bus ride, and just nothing going right for the Leopards today.
Let me finish my sausage dog, and then I'll talk, and I'll let you eat your sausage dog. Okay?
Sounds like a plan.
All right.
What do you call a bad day for a leopard?
A leopard?
Now, if you're West Columbus, we talked about this a little bit in the first half. They spent the last couple of years, Brett, learning how to win, and it's nice to see this program turning the corner.
Well, it starts with playing clean football games, and if you've noticed tonight, West Columbus has played a very clean football game. No penalties, really no turnovers. They've done what they need to do. They hadn't shot themselves in the foot. They've controlled the ball. They've controlled the clock. They've created turnovers. So all that recipe creates a good game and a good win, and that's why you see West Columbus up 34.
And that's something important if you're Lamont Williamson. You take these young gentlemen into the film room on Monday and you say, listen, when we don't be ourselves and we do the things we need to do to be successful, we can win.
Well, you got to get the kids to buy into the program. I think I see these kids buying into this program, understanding that they can win. You know, understanding that you're supposed to win a game before you get out there puts 10, 12 points on the board for you to start out with.
Absolutely.
You know, if you know that you're supposed to win a game or you're going to come out there and you're going to make those pads pop, you know, you feel good about it, and, you know, you got to, you know, you're going to turn it on that night, and it's just, you see that electric atmosphere.
Let me tell you what you're seeing right now. You got an injury for Lakewood right now. Young man's hurting, and you see 2 quality programs right now. You see every player from both teams taking a knee, showing respect, and saying, you know, listen, you know, we're going to, you know, be respectful. We're going to try and win and play the right way. That shows 2 good programs who are trying to lead young men the right way.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to bring the ambulance onto the field. He is moving, guys. So if you're at home at Lakewood and you're worried about a kid being down, he is moving. You know, it just looks like he got a little shot in the shoulder there. It looks like they're massaging the shoulder there a little bit.
Could be a little bit of a stinger.
Yep.
But like I said, you know, it's important, you know, that these guys are student athletes and they're being coached the right way. You know, showing respect. You don't see anybody hooting and hollering and making noise.
Yep.
I mean, it's about doing things the right way.
I just got a message from my wife. She was telling me that my daughter Indiana is sitting back watching the video, and she said, "Hey, Daddy," so let's give a shout out to Indiana and Piper and Sean, as they said. Sean is actually a graduate of West Columbus. Sean, actually, my wife played tennis here back in the day. I think 90s, late 90s when she played here. She
is much younger than you, right, Brett?
Only 10 years. I mean, hey, do what you got to do. No, she's in 10 years. I'm 50. I'm not going ahead and tell my age, and we're getting ready to have another little one running around the house in about 2 months. So everybody out there pray for me. With 50-year-old with a baby girl. So God send. We're excited about it, and hopefully going to be around 50 more years to take care of it.
Please send
diapers too.
Brett will take donations of diapers, bottles, milk, all kinds of stuff.
Amazon is the place to go get your diapers. I found that out. You can buy them in the big 220 bulk. They're awesome.
There's a bunch of old men here raising their hands.
They know what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, gotta do what you gotta do. Now, like I said, we'll take baby donations, diapers, milk, and gifts for Sean for putting up with Brett during the pregnancy. Basically so he can buy his way out of the doghouse.
Oh, guess who just wrote me? Franklin Davis just wrote me telling me to get my mic closer to my mouth. Franklin, it was either the mic or the sausage dog closest to my mouth. And at the time, I was choosing the sausage dog, but now the sausage dog is gone, so I'm going to move that mic back over there. You're missing it, Franklin. Great. Franklin, I would have bought you one if you'd have been here tonight.
Priorities, Franklin, priorities.
He's sitting back in his recliner right now just chilling.
Now, I will have to give Franklin a shout-out. I like to do a lot of research and know a lot of stats for these games, and Franklin is always the first to lend a hand and give me some ideas. We really appreciate his plug in this week's column for Flip. We get a chance to, Flip's picks each week. We got a chance to, give us a shout, and even spelled your name right.
He always tells us he's getting away from it, but he never does. I mean, we're sending him stats. He's doing stuff. I mean, I don't know what he's doing. He's telling everybody he's stepping away, but he's not. I don't think he's ever going to be able to step away fully because it's in your blood. It's like in our blood. We just want to be around it. We love the kids, and he does a great job, and I've loved working with him.
That's why most old teachers never retire. They just go to subbing.
Yeah, or go to Horry County one.
This is true. I'd like to give a couple of quick shout-outs. One to Sherman Axelberg, who's home with the youngest Axelbergs, getting them suited up for football in the coming years. We heard Dagner might be here tonight. We got two more Axelbergs on the field, and I'm sure his daughters would play if they could have.
Probably.
And I heard they're tougher than the boys.
He's married one of them.
I do want to give a score, Kevin. When I was down at the concession stand, I got a score from the South Columbus Green Sea game. They say it's at halftime. South Columbus is up 7-0. That's exactly the way I expected it to be, a good, slobber-knocking game between basically South Columbus old coaches and South Columbus new coaches. And very exciting game over there. Kids up, walking away. He didn't have to get on the stretcher, so that's good.
God bless him. We hope he does well. We hope he starts feeling better. I mean, that's going to be a tough ride back to Lakewood. That's at least an hour and a half ride.
Well, he probably, when he fell down, he was like, how's the crowd taking it, Coach? Everybody okay? And then when he said everybody was good, he probably got up. So thank goodness he's up, walking around. He'd probably be a little bit sore in the morning, but, thank goodness he's not being carted off here. East Columbus 33, Lejeune 0 in the third quarter. East Columbus coming to play now.
Number 5, James.
I'd like to give a shout-out to all the parents of our kids who are listening tonight. A lot of these young men and young women getting their first experience, broadcasting this year. We've had a couple of cancellations. So a lot of these kids that we got tonight for CCCA, first time doing high school action, doing it live tonight.
Yep. We got Matt Gore from Williams Township listening to us tonight. He said we're doing a great job. So thank you, Matt, for listening to us and turning a blind ear to the things we say.
We might get you a sausage dog one day too, Matt.
Yeah, hey, Matt, come on up and join us one day. Here we go. We getting ready to get back here, ain't we, Kevin?
Okay, Axelberg looks to put the toe to the ball going from left to right. Big kick by Axelberg down. Goes to about the 10-yard line. Picked up, going straight up the middle is a running back for Lakewood.
Looks like there's a fumble.
Fumble on the play.
I think Lakewood's going to recover there, it looks like. And they'll take over on their own 30, Kevin.
Ball will be taken to around the 30-yard line.
30-yard line. If you're Lakewood, you had your opportunities, Brett. You really beat yourself the first half.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it. They were, they covered that end of the field, their offensive end of the field about the whole quarter, but just didn't score off of it. And we'll see what Lakewood's got here. They got to come out and they got to establish a drive, Kevin.
If you're Lakewood, do you risk the pass?
Oh, I mean, you got to. You got to do something down 34-0, because I don't think your offense is going to be able to score 34 points in the half without throwing the football.
Hand off up the middle, picks up about 8-9 yards.
Cameron Edie with the stop.
Edie on the stop. Not sure where the swiper term comes in, but.
Oh, okay.
So, some great information by the announcers from West Columbus. We really appreciate.
Former football player Bradley. For the Vikings.
From the former football player for the Vikings. We appreciate that. Backside counter. Does not make the tackle. Will pick up, looks like first down yardage.
He wrapped up, let go, but the pursuit there for West Columbus is just great. You got blue jerseys checking in, going to the football. You see some excitement, on the defensive end of the field.
And now, this is going to be another learning experience for West Columbus, Brett. Having an opportunity like this and learning how to close out teams when you've got them on the road.
That's exactly right. You've got to keep them from feeling that they can score. You don't want anybody to score. You want to put a goose egg up there at the end of this football game.
Trips left for Lakewood. Quarterback keeper on the backside. Picks up about 6.
Quarterback keeper up the middle. Pick up of 6.
Looks like we do have a stoppage of play. Face mask to call against West Columbus.
Face mask is the call against the Vikings.
We'll move the ball past midfield into first down territory for Lakewood on the West Columbus side of the field.
And I think that's the first penalty of the night for the Vikings of West Columbus.
From the Viking 39-yard line.
Once again, Lakewood has had their opportunities on the West Columbus side of the field, just cannot get over that hump.
That's what you can't do. You can't give up penalties and give free yards. So let's see if West Columbus can sit back and make a stop.
Once again, West Columbus looking to go 2-1 for the first time in 15 years tonight, Brett. Backside counter stops at the line of scrimmage.
For a loss on the play. Will be a loss of about 1 on the play. We'll bring up second.
Big tackle by McClellan and Ryder Haynes.
There's nothing going on up the middle up there. You're not going to run the ball up the middle on those big boys, number big 65 and number 25, stuffing that ball up the middle.
Correction, that was DJ Bryan on the tackle. But shout out to Ryder anyway. I know Ryder from when he was one of my students at Sarah Gorda.
Okay. Was he a good kid?
Great kid. Comes from a great family.
Awesome.
Him and Jagger's little brother.
Okay.
Bailey Haynes, another great athlete from West Columbus. Backside handoff to number 12, Aaron Evans. Picks up about 5-6 yards on second down.
Now, you have to say that Lakewood's still churning those feet and still trying to get those yards. They're not giving up right now, Kevin.
These Lakewood kids are tough. I mean, you see no quit in this Lakewood team.
That's good. You're down 34-0. You would expect your heads to fall down, but they're coming out and they're still banging.
Talking to the Lakewood coaching staff, I mean, he stressed how young they were, and we've seen this in West Columbus just a few years ago, and you really, you can see the character of these young men coming out, going through tough times and still being able to stick with it. Backside counter, turns his shoulders up, picks up about maybe 1 or 2.
You look at the blue jerseys checking in. That's 5-6 blue jerseys right there checking in. That's what you got to stop the runner, grab onto him, and everybody checks in and gets a piece of it.
And if I'm Lamont Williamson, I'm really taking this film and I'm putting it in a vault, and I'm showing these young men this on Monday and saying, listen, when we handle our responsibilities, we can win football games. On an even playing field, we can win football games. Fourth down at about 6 for Lakewood. on about the 36.
Let's see what they got here. Is the quarterback going to keep it?
Rolls to his right.
Oh,
Just over the hands of the defender. Yeah. Caught by Lakewood. Still going. Credit that young man.
10 did a great job of defensive coverage there. Just got slipped behind him, and great pass by the quarterback there.
Around the 16-yard line.
Big 20-yard gain for Lakewood. Puts the ball to 16.
Nice first down by Lakewood.
Number 30, Garrison Harder, with a great catch and an even better run after. 1st and 10, Lakewood on the 16 of the Vikings. Backside handoff once again. He's going to stretch it around the left, breaks the tackle. Almost gets the corner taken out at about the 10 or 11.
It's like chased out by Lowry on that sideline.
Lowry, quick young man, coast to coast, very athletic, does not give up on any plays, and can get sideline to sideline in a heartbeat.
Here's where you're going to see West Columbus batten down the hatches a little bit, because they definitely don't want Lakewood to punch it in and score some points.
Okay, Brett, we've been here, done that with Lakewood a couple times. If you're Lakewood, how do you get out of that mindset, like, here we go again?
Well, here's where you got to hold on to the football, because this is where a lot of their turnovers had occurred inside the red zone.
Same counterplay once again.
Nice cutback.
Nice cutback by number 12.
Official goes down, but comes up.
Bobby Henry with a slick cutback. Really faked out everybody, including the official who went down. Credit Happy Feet Mac for saving a touchdown. 1st and goal for the Leopards. And if for nothing else, Brett, if you're Lakewood, you've got to get the ball in the end zone here.
Yeah, you got to get some kind of mental movement, mental push to get in there. And, you're going to get excited if you score this touchdown. Like I said, West Columbus, they're going to do everything they can to keep them out of there.
Okay, once again, Leopards on about the 6, 1st and goal. 4 opportunities to get this ball in. Backside counter. Henry takes the ball to about the 4.
Had a little jet motion running across, trying to screen out the defense, and defensive end did a great job for West Columbus there.
I mean, I like watching Henry run. Henry, doesn't look like the beefiest guy, the largest guy out there, but he's so slick when he runs, and he seldom goes down on first contact.
What we got here, Kevin? What you calling here?
I think I'm going to call the backside counter to the far side of the field and just tell him to run for that pylon.
He's going to hold it in the belly of number 23. There you go.
Yeah.
I knew that was going to happen.
He's going to run it to the corner, and he will get in for the Lakewood touchdown.
He set up that play, Kevin, going back to that side.
Chris Carr takes the ball, runs to the pylon. Maybe not quite the way I drew it up. Half you, half me. But it results in Lakewood Leopard points.
That's probably why we're up here too, Kevin,
That's true.
We've been fired more times than the grill at Burger King. That was a joke. We haven't been fired before. Well, not yet, but anyway.
Soon enough.
Going for 2 here. Look for the straight give to the belly of 23, or look for 4 to take it in himself, guys. There we go, 23. I don't think he's going to get it, Kevin.
He's warming his way through.
I don't know. He got the push.
He got it in there. Yeah. Credit those young men from the Lakewood offensive line. Would not give up.
Vikings 34, Lakewood 8.
But that took a lot of time off the clock. Even though you scored, you took a lot of time off the clock. If you want to get back into this ball game, Kevin, you got to score a little bit quicker than that.
Okay, Lakewood down 34-8. But if you're Lakewood, what a tremendous mental boost to finally break through. 4th time in the red zone is the charm. Yeah. And talking to the Lakewood coaching staff, one of the things he stressed to me before the ball game, he says, we had our opportunities the last couple of games. We've got to do better in the red zone. And it bore out tonight. 1 for 4 in the red zone for 8 points.
What'd you say that Lakewood's record was? 2-2?
2-2.
2-2, okay. So I tell you what, like I said, I'm very impressed with West Columbus's offense and their sturdiness inside the running game, and like I said, I can see them scoring 2 or 3 more touchdowns here, and defense is looking like they're keeping Lakewood from being able to score, so we'll see.
Okay, now West Columbus scored quickly on their first offensive opportunity here in the second half. And really, I mean, again, they're learning how to close teams out. Part of growing up as a football team. Goes through a couple of hands on the backside. Taken around the corner. He looks like he's going to go along with Geis, the lead block, and he will go all the way for a touchdown.
Number 3, number 2 for West Columbus. Block 3, 4, 5 people going down. Awesome job by Lowry and Kelly to spring that for a touchdown for the Vikings.
Denori happy feet.
Look at this blocking, guys. Look at this blocking.
75-yard touchdown.
Boom.
But, you know, Denori will get the credit, but credit the convoy in front of him. He had a lead block going all the way down the field.
I think Amaje Lowry blocked 3 people on that one play.
I mean, like I said, you know, Denori's going to get the points.
Yeah.
But he needs to share a couple in with those lead blockers because he had a convoy all the way down the field.
We need to send that in for play of the week.
I think we do.
Yeah, that was nice. Drew it up, sideline. You know, it bounced through 2 or 3 people. I mean, they might have got too much pursuit upfield, and they took it around the sideline.
Or I've been screened out, but I'm going to tell you something. If you're a special teams coach, that's how you draw it up. Couple of quick substitutions for West Columbus trying to get the extra point team on the field. Our score with 6:05 here to go in the third quarter. West Columbus up 40-8. Moore takes it around the left corner. He takes it to the pylon, and he is in for 2. I'm going to tell you something. It's not going to show up in the box score, but if you watch this back, you're going to see one of the receivers for West Columbus going around the corner, had a chance to maybe, you know, make a block, saw the back of his defender. You saw him put his hands up and not get tempted to throw that block in the back. Yeah. And that's just a bigger part of that score.
I mean, and that's just that stuff you work on that last year you probably would have gotten that penalty. Mm-hmm. This year you've been taught by the good coaching staff of West Columbus, hey, you know, don't block anybody to back, put your hands up, you know, and that allowed West Columbus to score on that 2-point conversion.
It's going to be a happy time of film on Monday for these coaches to really show these kids, you know, what we're capable of when we handle our responsibilities.
Excitement in the air over here at Sarah Gorda.
And you know, it's nice, you know, to see football and football fans coming back to Sarah Gorda. This has always been a good hotbed for football. I mean, you get, you know, the community always comes out and wants to support these guys. And seeing fans coming back and starting to fill these stands at West Columbus is a really good thing. Axelberg with the kick, taken by the up-back. And that's a big young man taking it up for about another 7-yard gain. He'll be stopped at the 42.
The Lakewood 43-yard line will be 1st and 10.
1st and 10, Leopards on about the 42, 43-yard line. And, Brett, we are down to 6:02 left in the third. And West Columbus has touched the ball for all of 2 plays. Yep. Well, actually, 1 offensive play and 1 kickoff, and scored 2 touchdowns.
You know, it's all West Columbus tonight. It's all blue out here tonight. You know, it's Friday night in Sarah Gorda. You know, these kids are excited. I love seeing these kids excited because – you know, hadn't had a lot to be excited about with all the stuff that's been going on. We're in school, and everything's sort of getting back to normal, it seems like.
Backside counter who take it up the middle, and we're going back the other direction for a good 20, 25-yard gain. And Henry is stopped on about the West Columbus 39.
Will bring Lakewood into Viking territory.
First down, Lakewood, and just as quickly we're going back the other way.
Great job by finding a hole and turning it on, going up the middle. 22, turn the Jets on. Number 20 turned the Jets on there for South Columbus.
Henry's had a nice ball game.
Lakewood.
I mean, he's picked up his yards 20 to 20. If you're Lakewood, you just got to get the ball in the end zone. Twins left, pro set. Cloud back to pass, throws it. Nice play in the left flat. Picked up by number 2, Cooper James.
Like I said, you know, Lakewood, they've got some good plays. They've just, like I said, they've shot themselves in the foot at the times that they really don't need to do it. And West Columbus has taken advantage of it all game.
Cooper James with a nice catch and run brings it to 1st and 10 on about the Viking 25. And it really bore out the way the Lakewood coaching staff worried it was going to, because 20-20, Lakewood's had a good offensive game plan. They just got to get the ball in the end zone. Backside handoff to Henry. He takes the counter, turns his shoulder, picks up about 3 or 4, and it'll be 2nd and 7.
You know, something I see about West Columbus that you don't see, and this is stuff that you don't see on the field. You can tell that these boys from West Columbus are a lot stronger than what they've been over the last couple of years. And I don't really know who the weight person is over here, but I give them a shout out. They're doing a good job in the weight room, and you can definitely tell it.
Lamont Williamson, I've been told, is a coach that's in that weight room with them in the summer.
Yep.
And getting these kids out over the summer and getting them to camps and getting them to play ball, I mean, that's building your program, Brett.
It starts in the weight room, Kevin. Oh, nice job hitting that ball down at the line of scrimmage. I think it was 50.
Antonio Odom, number 58, got his big paws up there. Big game for these defensive linemen for West Columbus tonight. McClellan and Odom, I mean, they're just swallowing up blockers. And it's hard, and McLeod's a good quarterback, but throwing over those big, lanky defensive linemen from West Columbus.
Odom's played a heck of a football game tonight. We've called his name an awful lot here. I wonder if he's a basketball player. I'm sure W.T. Edwards would love him to play on that basketball court.
I know McClellan is. Backside handoff to number 12, Bobby Henry. Henry picks up about 8 yards. Looks like it'll be close to first down yardage.
See a lot of jersey grabbing going on out there and letting them play a little bit.
A lot of back and forth, a lot of running for these big fellas with masks on, and both these teams are getting a little bit winded, Brett.
Yeah, you can tell those masks are catching up with them. And you know what? If you don't practice in masks, then it's tough to play them. And I don't know if they practice in masks or not, but they're probably wearing masks because they're playing another opponent. If that other opponent gets somebody with COVID, then West Columbus will not have to quarantine.
1st and 10 from the 25, and number 23, and that is Chris Carr with looks like about a 23-yard touchdown.
I think these last 2-3 possessions is the Lakewood team that we expected when we came here tonight. You know, I thought it was going to be a shootout when I came here tonight. Just that offensive team did not show up for Lakewood until this last half. But I just don't think that there's enough time on the clock to make up the deficit.
These Leopards, man, they are not giving up. They're not going away, Brett.
Nope.
Quarterback keeper up the middle for the 2-point conversion, and all of a sudden the score is 42-16 with 3:52 to go here in the third quarter.
It's a shootout here. I'll tell you what, both teams are moving that ball up the field. And like I said, there's some fatigue setting in, especially on the defensive side, because I'm sure that both of these teams have kids playing both ways. And you have a tendency to take off more plays on the defensive side.
Okay, 3:52 to go here in the third quarter. And, again, it's still a very humid night, Brett. The temperature's kind of gone down a little bit, but it's still a very moist night, and it's got to be catching up to these young men, because with starting and stopping and COVID and the school day, I mean, you've got to be 16, 17, 18, really kind of drawing on your reserves at this point.
Yep, I agree. It's kicking in. It's the the fourth game for West Columbus.
That's correct.
Okay.
No, third game, I believe.
Third game for West Columbus. And still, you hadn't got your feet up under you like you should. Your conditioning's probably, not where it needs to be just because of all the stuff that's going on. You're keeping a lot of oxygen for going in your lungs, with that mask on. But, I wonder how many years we're going to have to sit in here and talk about masks. I just hope we can get away from those soon. So.
Okay, kickoff onside. Take your body up,
good
man.
Job. I don't think anybody was expecting it, but he said, uh-oh. And he made the defense, the offense, the one that's receiving, can come up and get the ball before it goes 10 yards, but the offense cannot. The offense had to wait for that ball to go 10 yards.
Big number 76, J.J. Bradford, the sophomore, takes the ball on about the 49 of Lakewood. And I'll tell you, I mean, we're getting into almost conference time. Next week, West Columbus will travel to Greensea, so a rare trip to South Carolina for the Vikings. And coincidentally, Brett, next week, no ball game here on the air because all 4 Columbus County teams, including Whiteville, are away. Once again, the crowd's screaming for a face mask, but Happy Feet Mac picks up about 6 or 7 because he really refuses to go down.
Yeah, Lakewood is swiping for that ball, trying to get a turnover, but 22 was having nothing to do with it.
Credit Happy Feet. It's the Welcome Back Happy Feet show tonight.
See if I can text old Robbie Lee and see if we can get us some scores over there at South Columbus, and we can pass that on to you.
Now, I believe South is at Greensea tonight also, right?
Yeah.
And next week, all 4 Columbus County teams are away. The following week, we will be here for Topsail at West Columbus, homecoming for the Vikings.
Okay. I don't know if he caught that or not, Kevin. Are they going?
I think they're going to whistle that one dead.
He probably wants them to whistle it dead because you actually lose. No, they're going to give him the reception, so that's going to actually lose 2 yards.
1-yard gain on the play will be 3rd down and 8.
3rd and 8 for the Vikings. Just under 3 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter.
Pass was called by number 2, Amaje Lowry, from quarterback number 1, Dante Moore.
Had to take a break. I had to take my glasses off. I'm getting steamed up a little bit here.
Oh. Sorry, I'll move away. I'm making you hot, I guess.
I'll try to control myself. Looks like a blitz coming for the Leopards. High snap corralled by Moore. Ball going deep for Amaje Lowry. Just in and out of his hands. That would have gone for 6.
I'm not trying to second guess anybody or whatever, but when you're up 42-16, 2 minutes, 27 seconds left, I'm running the ball and I'm just going to get this game over with. But
unfortunately, we do got laundry on the field, Brett. So
okay, and that stops the clock too. You don't want the clock to stop here. I mean, that's who you're battling now. If you're West Columbus, you're battling the clock.
If you're Lakewood, do you take the penalty at this point?
I think they're going to decline it, Kevin.
That's what I'm thinking.
I didn't see.
Penalty is declined. We'll bring up 4th and 8.
Penalty decline, 4th and 8 from the 48. Correction, the 46. West Columbus showing no inclination they're going to punt this football. And now they're going to enforce it.
Make your mind up over there.
Oh, I think they just respotted the ball.
Okay. There we go.
Don't worry about it. We got us armchair quarterbacks up here. We got the call. McLeod back to pass. Sorry, about Dante Moore. Same play to the inside. Once again, in and out of the hands of number 3, Unique Kelly.
Pass intended for number 3, Unique Kelly is dropped. There will be a turnover on downs.
2 shots right in a row and about the same spot on the field, Brett. Should have been 2 touchdowns for West Columbus, just in and out of the hands of the receivers.
Well,
Moore could not have put it in a better place.
I mean, what you're doing now, you're giving the ball back to a very hot Lakewood team, scored last 2 possessions, scored 2 touchdowns. The clock is stopped. Probably would have ran that ball to run out the clock a little bit, but hey, let's see if the defense for West Columbus can come up and head up to the task.
It goes back to what we talked about, Brett, about learning how to close teams out. We go to a lot of South Columbus games, and in the past, they've shown the ability to shorten the ball games.
Big 77.
Makai McClellan not having anything to do with that. Stones that thing at the line of scrimmage.
Seems like Lakewood has done a lot better running the ball off tackle instead of up the middle tonight. Up the middle has just been clogged up by number 58 and number 77.
You got McClellan and, that big defensive line, and those boys are eating tonight, Brett.
I'm sure they got some sausage dogs saved for them over there after the game.
Quarterback keeper McLeod takes it up the middle. He'll pick up about
nice job by number 4,
a yard or 2.
James Smith.
Tackle made by number 4, James Smith.
James Smith on the tackle. And credit that that front 7 of West Columbus have controlled this ball game. And that's really what's got West Columbus in the lead right now.
West Columbus is very stout on that defensive line.
I'll tell you what I'm looking forward to right now.
A sausage dog?
Well, that too. But I'm really looking forward to seeing this West Columbus team. I think for the first time in a couple years, they've got a really good chance to have a competitive game against South Columbus in a few weeks.
I agree with you 100% there, Kevin. I've seen both these teams play, and West Columbus is playing really well.
Lakewood pass is incomplete, and it looked for all the world like we had pass interference, Brett, but no call.
It might have been an uncatchable ball. I don't know if there's a call of uncatchable ball in high school, though.
I don't think they allow that anymore. But like I said, definitely there early.
They're going to go for it right here.
Might as well.
It just seems like Lakewood got away from what they had been doing in the last two possessions, Kevin. They had a good thing going, and then just got away from it.
I think the question becomes, do you have enough time with just under a minute to go here in the third to do that and march the ball to the field? Lakewood looking to punt the ball on about the 48.
Okay, final East Columbus 46, Lejeune 0, and quarter number 3, Whiteville up 35-0 on Goldsboro.
Good night for the home squads. High snap on the punt. Kicks goes about 20, 25 yards.
Oh, nice bounce.
Nice roll, goes all the way down. Peter call by West Columbus. 40-yard punt. That thing looks short to start with, Brett. But talk about a shooter's roll.
He didn't get a lot of leg in it, and it's like he must play on the golf team. I'm thinking he does because he put that little fade on it. It hit right at the fairway and just rolled right to the green. Great punt.
Monte Lowry backing up was like, will you please stop rolling? All the way down to about the 8 of West Columbus. What a shot from the 48.
The 2021-22 junior varsity cheerleader squad.
Once again, the junior varsity cheerleading squad, is performing right now, Brett, because there is no JV football team for the Vikings this year, so they're getting their opportunity to cheer here at a varsity ball game.
That's awesome. Just because you don't form a JV football team doesn't mean you can't form a JV cheerleading team. And the cheerleaders are a good cheerleading team over here for West Columbus.
I was told that they have another competition in October. Ball on the ground. Looks like Lakewood might have it.
Kevin, this is not what you want if you're a West Columbus fan here.
If you're Lamont Williamson, do you call timeout right now and gather your guys around you and settle them down?
It might be a good idea because, everything's getting out of sorts a little bit for the Vikings. When you're up, 33-0, which is what they were, you think you got the ball in hand, but you hadn't done what you need to do to, like you said earlier, close a football game out.
And these are lessons that the Vikings are going to learn as their program rounds this corner. And is, learning how to close teams out and then taking that next step into becoming a championship contender.
And I'm not a smart guy, but it takes a lot less time to go 5 yards than it does 80 yards.
Yes, it does. Backside handoff to number 23.
He's going to be in, Kevin.
Chris Carr goes in for the Lakewood touchdown.
I think they called touchdown before he went over, so. Like I said, Kevin, these are the things you can't have happen here if you want to close out a football game.
42-22 in favor of the Vikings. 35.4 to go here in the third quarter.
We got halftime score, Pender 46, Dixon 0, and final for Clinton 56-6 over Fairmont. Kelly, see if you can get us a South Columbus score in Green Sea.
Okay, Lakewood looks like they're going to go for 2 at this point. Down 20 now. And down 20 as opposed to down 34 to start the fourth quarter.
Listen,
sound a whole lot better.
Being down 20 is very manageable for a whole quarter.
Quarterback keeper, and he's in for 2.
Number 4 on the quarterback keeper is
West Columbus, when you get the ball back here, what you got to do, you've got to establish a long drive. You've got to put, your run game in. You got to go back and question, should I have made those long passes and stopped the clock? We go back to that when I said, West Columbus, you need to run time off the clock. But, they threw 2-3 long passes incomplete, stopped the clock. And now you down, we're only up, 18? Yep. What is it, Kevin?
18.
18 points.
And I'll tell you, you're hoping to put the dagger in, but sometimes I think And you know this as a longtime coach, Brett. Sometimes you outthink yourself.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you know, I'm sure that Coach Lamont has a lot of faith in his offense to do exactly what they need to do. I look for West Columbus right now to take this kickoff, march down the field, run probably about 8 minutes off this clock, and pretty much seal this game. That's what I'm going to call.
And if I'm West Columbus, I'm putting my hands team up front.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, look for the onsides right here. I don't know, though, Kevin. I mean,
I might try the South Columbus kickoff.
Well,
you know, that kind of like dribbler in between those two lines.
Well, the momentum's your way. So, you know, kick it deep, go down there and pin them back and make them have to kick it. Make them have to punt it away.
You will get a break with the ball taking. Just gets out of his hands.
No.
And it looks like it might be recovered by Lakewood.
I don't know. I think it went out of bounds first, Kevin.
That coach over there was getting awful excited.
I think it went out of bounds first, so that is probably a penalty on Lakewood unless West Columbus touched it before it went out. There's no penalty, so I'm assuming that West Columbus did touch it before it went out of bounds.
And it will be West Columbus football.
You know, that's if I'm coach from West Columbus, I'm asking that question. Did any Viking touch that ball? Because if no Viking touched the ball, that's a penalty.
I think, though, in high school football, you're going to get the ball back there anyway.
Yeah, yeah. It shouldn't be like that, should it, Kevin? You should get 10 yards from wherever the spot was. But anyway.
We'll put that on our list of things to change, Brett.
There you go, to the running game.
To the running game. Happy Feet takes it around the corner. And Happy Feet going 55. Oh. Happy Feet taken out of bounds after about a 50-yard gain. Needed 55. Got 40.
You know what? I'm going to go out on a limb and say West Columbus don't pass again this game.
Okay. Here's the other thing. If I'm the Lakewood coaching staff here at this quarter timeout, I'm going to say find Happy Feet.
Yeah.
Make someone else beat us because Happy Feet's eating our lunch.
Yeah. He didn't go out of bounds, so the clock runs there. I thought he did go out, but hey.
That looks like we'll take it to the quarter. And clock starts right up when the change set. And at the end of 3, our score, Vikings 42, Leopards 24. And we got 12 minutes of exciting football left to go, Brett. We're going to take a quick break and come back for fourth quarter action on the high school football game of the week.
Reduce your risk of COVID-19 by cleaning and disinfecting frequently touched items and surfaces every day. These items include remotes, tables, counters, light switches, doorknobs, handles, toilets, and sinks. Wear disposable gloves to clean and disinfect. If you can see that the item is dirty, wash first with soap and water or another general cleaner. Then use a household disinfectant to kill germs. Follow manufacturer's instructions for application and proper ventilation to safely use the product. For phones or other electronics, follow the manufacturer's instructions for cleaning and disinfecting. If no instructions, use alcohol-based wipes or sprays containing at least 70% alcohol. Dry surface.
Brett, 36 minutes in the books, 12 left to go. And if you're in that West Columbus huddle right now, what are you telling your kids?
One, I'm telling them, hold on to the ball. Second, I'm telling them, stay in bounds. Third, I'm telling them, run as hard as you can because we're not going to pass this ball anymore unless we're, behind the chains big time. But if you're in front of the chains, you're going to run the football here.
Okay, 1st and 10 for the Vikings on the Leopard 15. Vikings looking to put the dagger in this one. Hand off to Happy Feet around the right corner, turns his shoulders, picks up about 5. It'll be 2nd and 5 for the Vikings on about the 10.
He stayed in bounds. He kept the clock moving. I mean, the countdown's on.
14-13 in favor of Greensea right now.
14-13, Greensea ahead of South Columbus.
Still a very close ball game right now. That one I think is just now going into the 4th. A lot of great high school football action going on tonight all around southeastern North Carolina. If you get a chance, come out and see these kids play. They're playing hard. Second and about 5 or 6 for West Columbus, taking as much time off that 25-second clock. Around the left side. Big man coming around the corner. Dante Moore will take the ball to about the 4 or 3. And the Viking first and goal. Brett, just as definitely as you said, West Columbus taking as much time off that 25-second clock. And we got the high snap. You'll see him come off that left corner. Stop inches short of that goal line.
You know, West Columbus's quarterback reminds me of a David Garrard from East Carolina years ago. Big boy, mobile, good arm. What grade's he in? A junior.
Junior.
Okay, got him for another year.
I mean, this is still it seems like they've been here a while, but this is still a very young West Columbus football team, Brett. West Columbus taking as much time off that 30-second clock as possible. Down to about 10 and a half to go.
That's
here in the
movement right there by number 22.
Again, it doesn't hurt you, though, Brett.
Yeah. Happy Feet got a little bit too happy there. That was going to be an inside handoff.
And the thing about Happy Feet is he doesn't go down on first contact, and he's always falling forward, picking up extra yardage.
Yeah, that don't hurt you too bad right there.
Got a nice contingent down, by the way, from Lakewood tonight, Brad. I'm looking over at the other visiting sidelines, and for a 2-hour ride, they brought quite a few with them.
Yeah.
Credit those Lakewood fans.
Never been to Lakewood, but I don't know what there is to do on a Friday night. Might as well come see the football team play.
Sampson County, got to do what you got to do. Always good to come to the beach. And this is their second time down here.
They might have came for the sausage dogs. Who knows?
They could have.
Or the leg quarters. Well, like turkey quarters to me, but anyway.
High snap, corral.
Oh, nice play.
By Moore to the goal line and in for the touchdown.
That was a nice fake to the up back. Takes it in for the score, Kevin.
8-yard touchdown for Moore, and he makes this a 48-24 ball game with 9:58 to go here in the fourth.
Well, you were a little bit nervous there with Lakewood coming back and with the time on that clock, but that drive right there pretty much, I think, solidifies it for you, Kevin.
I'll tell you, you know what sold that? Is
the fake.
The ball fake to Happy Feet going back on the other side on the counter, and everyone from Lakewood was sure Happy Feet was getting the ball. Credit good quarterback play by Moore with a fantastic fake. Moore with the pass just over the hands of the receiver, and the two-point conversion is no good. With 9:58 to go here in the fourth, West Columbus leading 48-24 over Lakewood. Once again, Brett, while we got the opportunity, let's give a shout-out to Monty Herring. A little under the weather. We're hoping he's feeling a little bit better. A lot of folks in Columbus County know that name, know what an advocate he's been for Columbus County schools and for the students of Columbus County. So on behalf of all of us here at Columbus County Schools, get well, Monty. We look forward to having you back as soon as we can.
Yep. Prayers every night going up for him from a lot of people here in Columbus County.
Had a good chance to talk, Brett, with Kelly Jones at halftime about the Columbus County Schools app that's coming out.
Okay.
Get a chance to, if you're not getting the messages or you want to get messages from a number of schools, maybe you kind of know what's going on. Good opportunity to see some of the, to get some of those things. So there's a lot of good going on in Columbus County Schools right now.
I'm excited about that. I hadn't heard a lot about it, but I'm sure it's going to be good for everybody in Columbus County to stay digitally connected, Kevin.
We are digital learners here in Columbus County.
That's right.
And we are promising college and career. Ball deep, by Axelberg with a couple of great kickoffs tonight. Ball taken to about the 32, 33-yard line where Lakewood will take over 1st and 10.
See where Whiteville's up 42-0 on Goldsboro and got a running clock going on over there. Whiteville just keeps marching on, man. I mean, they're the team to beat in this conference. Nobody has really held a candle to them. They've got everything rocking and rolling. J.P. Price has got it going on over there.
And it's a much differently configured conference than we've seen in the past, Brett. You're not going to see the Red Springs. You're not going to see the Fairmonts anymore. It's going to be the Topsals, Penders.
Yep. And, Pender and Trask, they're like so far away from us, we don't even know what they're doing. I mean, I hadn't seen any scores on those teams this year.
Inside handoff, taken to about the 35, where it'll be second and about 8. 9:44 to go here in the ball game. And credit these kids from Lakewood, Brett. At 33-0, 34-0, they could have packed it in, but these young men from Lakewood, have no quit in them.
Yeah, I mean, they were rocking and rolling third quarter. Giving up that last touchdown has taken a little bit of mojo out of their system, and let's see if they can get it back here with some kind of big play.
Nice.
Nice job.
Nice
44.
Job.
44 just throws him down, gets up, and says, next, Kenneth Barfield.
Kenneth Barfield. And I'm going to tell you, it's a lot more difficult than it seems. Barfield stayed home, did not go with the ball fake, and made a strong, quality defensive play. That's how you teach it.
Yeah. Speaking of Pender, Pender's up 46-0 at halftime on Dixon. Franklin Davis let us know that. So, Pender might be a little bit of contending here.
Speaking of Franklin, let's give Flip a shout-out. Flip's having a good year this year. If you get a chance to see the Pigskin Picks in the News Reporter, Flip having a really solid year this year. Pass to the flats. Could not be corralled by the receiver. Yeah. Number 2, Cooper James. The ball just a little bit low. Could not come up with it. But Lakewood, they're still playing, God bless them.
What down we on here, Kevin? I can't see through these. Fourth, okay.
4th and 10 for the Leopards right now. And if you're West Columbus and you get this ball back, you could really milk what's left of this clock.
I called no more passes, right? A long time ago. After those 2 long passes, I'm like, no more passes. And,
Brett and I have been doing this a long time. Just out of the hands of Cooper James, and the ball will go over to the Vikings. 8:21 to go in the 4th. The issue, not so much in doubt anymore, Brett, but still a lot to play for both of these teams.
All right, here we go, guys. West Columbus gets the ball back on turnover on downs.
1st and 10 for the Vikings on about the 32-33.
Quarterback going to run it, and Happy Feet going to run it. That's what you're going to see happen right here.
All you got to do if you're West Columbus to keep this thing going is just keep your hands on the football.
Yep, that's exactly. You see, he juggled a little bit, wrapped up with it. Clock continues to run.
We're going to announce the 50-50 ticket winner.
Now, the only issue still in doubt right now, Brad, is the 50-50.
The winning ticket here in just a few minutes.
Now, Brett, make sure you put our ticket in there.
Nobody asked me to buy any, so. I said that the cheerleaders over here have a great program and a great leader. So.
And, once again, the JV cheerleaders getting the opportunity tonight during the 3rd quarter to perform did a fantastic job.
So take the next 2 days off, okay? West Columbus is going to give quarterback sneak or give it to 22, Happy Feet. And, again, he goes down, but the clock continues to run.
Happy Feet falling forward, keeping the clock running just about 7.5, maybe a little less. Yeah. Again, you don't need to score here if you're West Columbus, Brett, but you do need to keep the clock running.
Right. And, Lakewood, they're not using any timeout, so, Lakewood's probably understanding that it may be over and ready to go to the house and build on some good things Lakewood had. Good 3rd quarter by Lakewood. You take that 3rd quarter of Lakewood and put that in the whole game, this is another brand-new game.
Again, talking to the Lakewood coaching staff, they stressed that they were young. They stressed that 20-20 we play good football. Just too many mistakes in the red zone. We saw that again tonight.
And, again, a shout-out to West Columbus. Only about 2 or 3 penalties in this game, and that's a cleanup from what they did last year. Is that going to be a first down, Kevin? Or
no, it's going to be about 2 or 3 yards short.
I had to let you be my spotter. I can't see through these
About a yard,
tinted
yard and a
windows.
half.
I'm relying on the TV screen in here.
Will be 4th down and 1.
Kevin paid the most money, so he gets the premier seat.
No, you know what that is? Longevity.
I hear you. That was you getting here at 6 o'clock, right?
Yep.
Or 5:30. I saw you posted about 5:30 today, didn't
Yep.
you? Yeah.
I spend a lot of time on social media. I should work for a living, but, you know.
You do. I've seen your test scores. They're the best in the county.
I appreciate it, sir. Thank you. I work with a lot of great people and have a lot of good kids.
Oh, that might be a clip
That will
there.
be coming back.
Hand off to number 3, Unique Kelly.
Unique Kelly with the first down, but he will have to do that again.
Let's break out our telestrator here, Kevin. I don't know. If we see this replay here, you'll see this guy come up and just push him in the back, but I don't think we're going to get the replay. But
Got a hold.
I think they do it over there. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, the telestrator.
Yeah.
Replay.
It's a hold against the Vikings.
Penalty will be against the Vikings. We'll push them back to around the 36-yard line. Will be 4th and 15.
Once again, send your cards and letters to Kelly Jones in charge, in care of, please bring the telestrator.
He's just ignoring you. I don't blame him. He's had a long week. Kelly's done a good job all week.
We're actually taking donations to get We're actually taking donations to get Kelly an assistant to call these tech companies who just won't listen to him when he tells them what's wrong.
But at least they called me today and I woke up.
Mm-hmm.
So you saved me this morning.
Might be the only time Brett was on time for work in his entire 28-year career.
Lord. Good thing about it is when it went off at 6, I knew I had about another 45 minutes of rest to go. That way you savored it. Oh, nice.
Moore pulls
Escaping
the ball
that
down,
tackle there.
gets a lot of yardage back, not enough, and it will go over to Lakewood. First down going the other direction.
Yeah, but there's 5 minutes left to go, Kevin. There's not any kind of play in the playbook that's going to give you 24 points, so,
But Lakewood, to their credit, has not quit, and I think more than anything, character building for these young men to play this thing out.
Yeah, I tell you what, I can't give out any more kudos to West Columbus. This is the best I've seen a West Columbus team play in, 10, 12 years over here, Kevin.
And credit Mr. Axelberg for giving me this, great, stat. West Columbus is going to go to 2-1 for the first time since the 2005-2006 season. And if you'd like to, share that 50-50 winning, we will, take a piece of the action.
Tell whoever wins that to bring us a sausage dog on the way up. Oh, nice.
Long pass going deep to Cooper James. Headed to the Amaje Lowry was getting that hand in there and just knocking it away.
Amaje got there at the same time the ball got there. Really good coverage by West Columbus.
Got to credit, Amaje Lowry running step for step with Cooper James. Just gets a hand in front of it and deflects that thing away. 4:56 to go. With West Columbus with this thing pretty much in hand, Brett. Both teams with still a lot to play for and still a lot to learn.
Look for Lakewood right here to throw the ball up again. They're going to do whatever they can here. Look for that, just 4 vertical, as you call it.
And that man can't throw the ball a ton. Inside out to Cooper James. James will get first down yardage before being brought down by Lowry.
Lowry did a good job of tackling him in open field to keep that clock running. Number 2 was trying to get out of bounds, but wouldn't be able to because of Lowry there.
He already had the first down yardage, so the clock was going to stop, but that's James, about 3rd or 4th good catch here in the second, in the last couple of minutes. Okay, pro set. Once again, back to pass.
Nice catch.
Nice catch going the other direction. Number 24, and that is. We don't have a 24.
Might be a JV player brought up.
Could be.
If he made a catch like that, his last name's got to be Toman.
It very well could be.
It was. 24. Something Toman. He's got those devilishly good looks.
Nice heads-up defensive play by number 3, Unique Kelly.
Second and 10. Clock stopped on the incomplete pass.
We'll bring up second down and 10.
It's going to be fun for West Columbus next week at practice, knowing you played well and you put all that hard work in, and it pays dividends on a Friday night. It's like I say, you work during the week to get paid on Friday night. There's no difference.
And I'll tell you, coming from a couple of years ago where they really had to struggle against 2A teams and, getting, being on the short end every Friday night, getting them now to see the fruits of their labor and getting them to see the success that comes with hard work, discipline, dedication.
Remind me, I don't know, is Lakewood a 1A or 2A team?
1A.
1A team, okay.
And I had a chance to talk to some folks at halftime, and I was reminding them, this is not an overnight success. This is a team that came with the Parks and Rec program all the way up. They had great participation, they had good coaching at the youth level, and it translated to West Columbus Middle, and then to West Columbus High School now. Quarterback keeper, he'll take it for about 6 yards. It'll be fourth and about 4.
Probably right now, if you're West Columbus, if you've got any subs, you're probably putting your subs in. You don't want your main guys to go out there and get hurt. It's time to play for next week right now. You've got this one in the bag.
Now, here's the thing. West Columbus is not used to being able to do that at this point.
That's true.
And it's a new experience. Again, these are new experiences that when you are on the way up, you work through, and next week, the week after, West Columbus is going to know how to close out ball games, how to shorten clocks and those kind of things. Backside handoff. Looks like he's going to get the first down.
Because you do not want an injury here. That's the worst thing that could happen to a West Columbus team right now is for somebody to go down to an injury.
More importantly for West Columbus right now, they've got the first down. They can take a good 2 more minutes off this clock.
West Columbus is doing exactly what they need to do. They're making the tackles. They're giving them a little bit, just to give that prevent defense. But, Lakewood's not being able to march it, quick down the field.
Big defensive lineman on the ball. He threw that thing, probably to about 74, 76. But if you saw the size of the young men coming after him, he was getting out of Dodge or getting out of there quickly. You
know what they say, when you're walking on the train tracks and you see the train coming, what do? You get out of the way, baby. There you go. It's pretty simple.
2.5 to go, 2:36 that is. Here in the fourth quarter, West Columbus with the issue well in hand, gaining valuable experience as they ascend to, the upper echelon of this new Waccamaw Conference.
And everybody's actually going to start opening their eyes a little bit to the blue over here.
Once again, Lakewood back to pass. Just over the hands of Cooper James. And I'll tell you, you kind of wonder what you had with West Columbus up until now. They had that great game against Sandhills. Mm-hmm. Then they had the game last week, which they could have, should have, but that was a team that's now 4-0.
Yeah.
So you kind of wonder what you have with West Columbus. West Columbus serving notice tonight, Brett.
Well, you're beating a 2-2 team 48-24. It could be 48-6. Just a couple of slipped through there, and you could have had a couple of more. So you're beating a pretty decent team here.
Okay, 3rd and 10 for Lakewood. Quarterback keeper takes it up the middle, gets just enough to get the first down, and it'll be a Lakewood first down. Lakewood, no quitting these young men. Got to give them credit. They will fight till the very last second goes off that clock.
That tackle reminded me of like back in the day we used to do the power drive on the trampoline, like you used to do in the wrestling ring. Did you ever do the power drive?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay. I've seen you do that power drive before with your little mask on.
I'll admit to nothing. I'm pleading ignorance, and I'll stand on the courage of my conviction.
Sorry to bring up the glory days out there, guys.
Once again, handoff up the middle. Stout defense once again by the Vikings. Clock under 2 minutes here to go in the ball game.
Like I was telling my class this week, I was telling about me playing basketball at Williams Township and stuff, and I said, hey, guys, I can bring VHS, and they're like, What's VHS? And that made me feel old. So
he also will bring out his 8-track tapes, his pet rock, and his slinky.
I can bring VHS out. Nice job by West Columbus.
Third down for the Vikings. A minute and a half to go here in the ball game. Want to give a great shout out to our broadcasting crew here at CCCA. Connie Falk and Kelly Jones doing a great job leading our team tonight. A lot of these young men and young women, first opportunity to broadcast this season, doing a fantastic job. I'd like to thank all the kids who came out and did a wonderful job for us tonight, gaining valuable experience. And if you get a chance, watch the highlights on WWAY and WECT tonight. When you see the highlights of the West Columbus game, those are our students filming, getting hands-on experience in the broadcasting field.
It's like being a proud dad when you see those videos on WWAY and TV6. Was that a penalty on West Columbus there? Okay.
Too many men on the field for West Columbus. Moved it 5 yards quicker. Quick toss to the outside. Nice heads-up open field tackle.
Pass is complete to number 12 for Lakewood.
Number 12, Aaron Evans with the catch. Sorry, Bobby Henry.
We got a score: White Oak 44, Trask 0. That's the final.
Just about to be under 1 minute to go here in the ballgame. West Columbus trying to keep Lakewood at the end zone. Rolling to his right is the quarterback. Opens it up. Intercepted.
It is intercepted by number 2, Amaje Lowry.
Amaje Lowry puts the exclamation point, intercepting the ball. His feet were in the end zone, so they will call it a touchback.
And that's good for West Columbus there.
Yeah. Much better for West Columbus to be on the 20 as opposed to the 1.
I mean, if that's a close game, I'm sort of probably contesting that if I'm the Lakewood coach because, I mean, he did bring but he may have been down when he called it. So let's watch that.
What it is his feet were in the end zone and he fell forward to the 1. So because his feet were in the end zone, it's a touchback.
Where was his knee, though?
Doesn't matter.
Okay. All right, because his feet were in the end zone.
Any part.
I think they're talking about it here, Kevin.
Any part of his body in the end zone when the tackle started.
I think they're talking about it. Because if his knee went down outside of the 1, is it where the knee goes down?
But here's the deal. He didn't take a step outside.
Okay.
He fell forward.
We'll see. They're discussing it like we are. And that's you in the white hat, and that's me there. And
this is the old, if you remember this.
And I'm doing what you say because you're my boss.
And here's the thing. If you remember the old days back in the 80s, back when we were kids, they used to have that old spot on the games, usually in the fourth quarter. You make the call.
Yep, that's right.
And they are calling the touchback.
Right.
The old referee, me.
Kevin Tobin in the house.
I used to that's how I worked my way through college, as a high school sports official.
Good job. See, it did pay off.
Nice to have those skills to fall back on in case the whole education thing doesn't work.
But then they're talking about it again.
Might as well.
Oh, I don't know.
Now they're walking it back.
I don't know, Kevin. Maybe I'm right. Oh, there it is. I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
And here's the thing.
Look it up tonight when you get home.
Here's the thing. If I'm West Columbus, if the ball's on the 1, I'm getting out of the shotgun and going underneath center.
Oh, yeah.
Taking a quick quarterback sneak and getting 1 or 2 yards, getting out of the shadow of my end zone so I can take that second play and take a knee.
I think, Kevin, if he'd have just fell straight down instead, it looked like he took 1-2 and then went down to me. I mean, that might be why
this is why I'm going to be watching our broadcast when I go home tonight.
Well, it's a moot point now because
West Columbus gets about a yard or two forward, just enough to where they can safely take a knee and end this ball game.
Don't call a timeout.
Looks like a short game on the play.
Lakewood calling a timeout down by 24. Are you a fan of this, Brett?
No, I'm like, Coach, if I'm a player coach, we got a 2-hour bus ride. Can we go ahead and get to the house?
Yeah, it's Friday night.
Maybe he's getting in some subs. I don't know.
There you go.
That could be what it is. But, I mean, I just don't call a timeout there. But anyway.
But, of course, we're up here and they're down there, and they're getting paid. We aren't.
Right. Oh, you're not getting paid?
Well,
they hadn't told you that? Oh, I better be quiet then.
Actually, Kelly pays us in sausage dogs and Twinkies, and you know what? I'm okay with that.
You can be bald, can't you?
Oh, absolutely.
You do have a price.
And I'm telling you right now, when I work the Stallion Classic in a couple of weeks, which I've enjoyed doing the last couple of years, I do it for the fried Oreos and the funnel cake. You know, I do have a price.
I do too.
Will work for food.
Not going to lie to you. All right, what are they discussing now? Are they like saying, did we get that right, guys?
No, I think they're either discussing that, you know, while they got the opportunity, or saying, where are you going to eat after the game?
Maybe so.
You know,
I'm going to get me one of them sausage dogs.
I hear the sausage dogs are good. You know, which one of y'all is going to pick up the check?
That looks like Al Roker out there.
Al Roker just passed away just recently.
I thought it was Willard Scott.
Oh, no,
Willard Scott passed away, yeah. Yeah, I remember some
Al
Willard
Roker
Scott back in.
Al Roker just looks like he passed away 5 years ago.
I'm sorry, Today Show. Don't go out of bounds.
Stay in. Here's the thing. He's going to go all the way. 98 yards for the touchdown for West Columbus. No flags on the play. Cameron Edie goes coast to coast with a 98-yard touchdown.
Well, maybe that's West Columbus saying, Lakewood, you shouldn't have called a timeout there.
And I'm telling you right now, if I'm Edie, I'm looking for some oxygen and some sausage dogs.
I thought he was going to go get one. Now, that would have been cool if he'd like ran straight through, grabbed the sausage
fence,
dog.
Yeah, got the dog and came back.
And we got to start doing that.
Cameron Edie, coast to coast. And how often do you see that in a high school game, Brett? 98.
98. That pads the stats there, if you know what I mean.
Will be a 98-yard touchdown run.
Now we got 2 candidates for play of the week.
Hey, that could be close to a West Columbus record.
We'll have to find that out. Is that a West Columbus record?
That'd be cool. 98 yards.
Jeff, is that a West Columbus record?
Ryan Strickland to attempt the extra point.
I've been assured by the scorers from West Columbus that is a West Columbus school record.
Yeah, 98 yards.
98-yard touchdown.
Yeah. We'll say it is tonight until Otis Nixon or somebody says it isn't.
Yeah, Otis is going to call in.
Donnell. They've had a lot of good players over here now.
Axelberg Sports Statistic Bureau has called it the school record. Our score right now with 24.4 to go. West Columbus 54, Lakewood 24. And if I'm Lakewood, I'm happy to get on the bus at this point.
I promise you it's the school record for tonight.
Here's the thing. If anyone would know, I'm waiting for Franklin to text us.
Oh, yeah.
Because Franklin would know.
He's popping it right now.
Yeah. Franklin's doing his due diligence.
He just woke up when you said that.
Because I'm telling you, if anybody would know, it would be Franklin Davis, or like I said, if Otis texts in.
Yep.
Or maybe
I call him Otis. Yeah. Up there they call him Otis. I don't know.
No, I'm telling you, maybe Chester might know.
Yeah. Well, Chester's a wolf pack.
Yeah, but those boys back there are awful prideful of their records.
Yeah, that's true.
James Craven Axelberg set the kick for the Vikings.
Axelberg set the kickoff for the Vikings once again, and he's had a busy night.
He's going to ice down that leg when he gets home.
If you're a West Columbus fan out there, somebody look this up for us. When's the last time West Columbus scored over 50 in a ball game?
And they may get more. You never know. Nice kick.
Once again, I think we're going to have to ice down his leg, because it's been a long night for that young man. It looks like we're coming back the other way.
Decent return for Lakewood. They will take over around their own 35-yard line.
17.8 to go. Is that 17.5? West Columbus with a 50-24 lead. And I'll tell you,
This will be West Columbus' first 2-1 start since 2005, everyone.
Gotta love those young men. They're getting a standing ovation from the home team. Well deserved. First time in 16 years with a 2-1 record. And if you're a West Columbus Viking, they say once a Viking, always a Viking. Get up and support your Vikings because they're on the way back up.
These Viking faithful over here were giving me the devil about wearing a South Columbus shirt, and I said West Columbus won't give me a shirt, so they said they'd get me one. So
contact Jeff Green, and
I'm excited about wearing it.
And get Brett a shirt.
Got a 7-yard pickup on the play.
That looks to be the last play of the ball game.
Looks like that may do it. Let's give it up for our Vikings.
Once again, our final night, West Columbus 54, Lakewood 24. And Brett,
Coach Lamont and his coaching staff.
if you're a West Columbus fan and a West Columbus coach right now, you got to be happy for these young men.
Yeah, you are. You're excited. You've worked all week for this. You wanted to get that 2-1 record. You taught your kids, how it feels to win. And, this is just going to breed winning for the next couple of weeks.
Success breeds success. And, Brett, you've been a coach for a long time, and West Columbus has been on the way back up for the last couple of years, but in need of, I guess it's a trite term, but a signature win. Yeah. Talk about what a signature win is, and if you believe this qualifies for West Columbus.
Well, signature win is the idea that you come out and you pretty much dominate the whole game, that there's no doubt that you were the best team. And to me tonight, no doubt West Columbus was the best team. A little shaky third quarter there for West Columbus, but besides that, pretty much almost a perfect game for the Vikings.
Got to be happy for where Lamont Williamson took this job. West Columbus program really struggling, and he's taking a program that has always had athletes and made them football players, and West Columbus and Lamont Williamson really have to be contended with in the second half of the season as we get into conference football, and they got some big games coming up with Whiteville, Topsail, South Columbus, and for the first time in a long time, they're going to be playing meaningful football in October and November in Sarah Gorda.
Yeah, they're excited over here. They want to play when it's cold, and this is